Okay, what is up YouTube? What is up? How are you doing? This is going to be quite an important update because I have something to say about the both bullish and the bearish Elliott Wave scenarios, which impacts the probabilities. And of course, I will explain what I look for and what will impact the probabilities as well. So yeah, quite a interesting price action this morning. And based on the price action we have this morning, things are changing. So let me actually get my power bank off here. So let's jump in the chart. And yeah, first of all, of course, as always, how are you doing? Abuzni Sok, what's up? Welcome. Sarthak Agarwal, welcome. Good to see you here as well. Lucas, ETF tonight, we go to 15K. After that, 150. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, now this is going to be quite an interesting and important update. And that's also the reason why I want to do it live, because I can imagine that potentially with the price action coming up, we might get some questions. So because I don't see any strength so far with the local price action. So yeah, we're going to cover also the high time frame, which I need to put in my object tree. So we are going to cover that as well as of course, what's happening locally. Pau, Amit, bonjour. Indeed, Christian, what's up? How are you doing? Amused Fuchsia Flower. How are you doing? They took away the candy. What's the candy? What do you mean with the candy? I shaved my beard. Maybe you mean that. Yostek, hello, what's up? When will the ETF come out? I heard European time, Central European time. I think in Discord they were talking about 10 p.m. or something later today. Gustav, welcome as well. Said the ETF. Yeah, it's interesting stuff. Okay, guys, before, this is the plan of the stream. One, I don't have a time this time. Usually I say 1 hour. We'll see what happens, because if I say 1 hour, I'm still here after 3 hours. So let's see what happens. But we're going to cover Elliott Waves, all the time frames, because probabilities have changed. I want to talk about it, especially with the local price action we have. And then on 2, we go into chatting, Q&A, and that sort of stuff, right? Like we always tend to do, and then answer questions and get things going. So Tamil Crypto Warriors, what's up? How you doing? And hello from Iran. Welcome. Good to have you here as well from Iran. Okay. I think I want to start with the medium time frame. Let's start with the high time frame first. Okay, we're going to start with the high time frame. Let's get the bear in there, and arguably let's get this one in there as well, because we're going to do a full thingy here on stream. Man, there is just no strength. Look, like this is what I mean. So this morning I've been chatting in. Look, I can better just show you this. Just for locally, there's constant absorption going on. Some of the scenarios that I will share with you in a second. But look at the CVD picks I've been sharing here. Right, bear, constantly. The small little bears one again on the 3 minute. You can have bull ones, but if you just keep going with the bears, it doesn't matter. And then recently here on a 5-min chart, more as well. So, and then here, yeah, we got a wick, more bearish CVD divergences, no strength whatsoever. So that leads me to what we're going to talk about now. Let's start on the daily. So I'm going to cover both the bearish and the bullish stuff, but I want to start today with the bearish stuff. So over here, we have this is part of the macro. Will I go through the macro as well? Yes. Okay. This is going to be a big boy analysis here. Let's just combine everything so that you have the full picture. We skip out on the cycle, okay? Some of these will be relatively quick though, because of course, the high time frame video stuff. Okay. Ooh. Cool. Let's start on the macro, and we're going to work our way down quite quickly as price continues to show no strength whatsoever. And just because of the local price section, I wanna probabilities change, but we want to have an overview first, context. So first things first, we go through everything from the macro bear to the high time frame, medium time frame, micro bear to medium time frame bull, and then eventually or macro bull, and then medium time Koenschobbers. There we go, and then to the lower time frames, right? Macro bearish scenario, we are looking for a multi-year bear market where this is only your first structure in a wave A. Probabilities for this scenario would be that a WXYXZ to the downside in the bullish scenario is a rare structure on the higher time frames, more rare than on the lower time frames, but generally a rare structure that you don't really see very often, but it is still valid and therefore something we have to take into account as well. Now, in this scenario, we're looking, however, for a 5-wave move in a wave A, B, and then a wave C. Your main area of resistance in B, for me, is the golden pocket to 786 area, which is pretty much 39K to about like 50K. Of course, price can move above shortly and stuff. That's all good and fine. But this is the area with a lot of resistance because of the volume profile that we have on the left side as well, which is this one. You have the point of control and confluence with the golden pocket. We managed to pass that one. We are above the golden pocket over here, ranging at the moment. And then we have the 786 in confluence with the value area high here on my chart. Now, I realize on some other charts, the volume levels are a little bit different. I think on Bybit, the point of control is like 48K-ish and the value area high at 55. But it doesn't change the main area of resistance for Bitcoin, really, where then we are looking for, of course, a wave C to the downside, which is 11 to 8K main area of interest here, right? If we then zoom in to the move to the upside here, right? First going through the bearish scenarios, then we get to the bullish. No, we always have to be neutral. So here we then have our wave A followed by B and C. Now, wave B here retraced to the 382 Fibonacci, taken from the low to the high on the linear chart, right? We'll get to the log in a second. So the 382 is a common target for B, less common for a wave 2, something we have to keep in mind with regards to probabilities as well, right? It increases the probability slightly that the move to the upside can be a wave C as well. So therefore, we can definitely not deny that scenario, at least, right? Because of the 382 touch over here. Now then we are looking for a wave C. Wave C needs to be a 5-wave structure as well, just like wave A in a bigger zigzag, A, B, C, 5, 3, 5. Your most common target area for your wave C is over here. Most commonly is the 1 to the 1.236. However, also on the lower time frames, we can see how often the 1.618 can be hit as well, and that one is sitting at 50K. If I change the chart to logarithmic, then what you can see is the targets for wave C are actually moving to the upside. Just don't even look at the 1.618 at 77K, because that, of course, is irrelevant for the macro bearish scenario where we're looking for a move down. But what is interesting is that your 1-to-1 and 1.236 is now between 50K and 59K. So even if price would move up in this area, there is still the potential for a C down. What I don't necessarily like on the logarithmic chart here on the daily time frame for both a wave C as well as a wave B, or a wave 2 as well as a wave B, by the way, is that the 382 is not touched. That's very rare for a wave 2 and also not even common for a wave B, right? So therefore, for me, the preferred chart is the linear chart and not the logarithmic chart, right? As price is moving to the downside as expected. Yeah, right. We didn't see any strength there at the moment. Then if we zoom in here, go to the 12-hour chart here. This is the move up in then your wave C. This is, of course, then in the bearish scenario, but the same count would be true in a bullish scenario, but the bearish scenario is that your 5 is in. That's the main difference, right? In a bullish scenario, you would expect some higher prices. In a bearish scenario, you're looking for your 5. But this 5 in can also be a bigger 1, 2 up, right? Or, and we'll get to that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Bigger 4. Or C is in and you move down, right? So it's just a 5-wave count here, but of course it's the bearish scenario on the 12-hour, because then we're thinking about, hey, you know, this move to the upside might be finished, or we might get a bigger retracement. We don't yet know what we get. That's based, you know, we can estimate the probabilities, but we'll get to that. So then here, what we're looking for is a 5-wave structure where we have our wave 1, 2, extended 3, wave 4, wave 5. Wave 4 is then a WXY flat complex structure, Y being a zigzag. And then you have this wave 5 here. Now that wave 5 is very complex to count. It's very difficult to end a wave 5 here, but I found a way. Your most common target area for a wave 5 is between the 1.236 and the 1.618 trend-based, or Fibonacci, sorry, from the high of 3 to the low of wave 4. The 0.618 is also still a target, sitting at 53k, which is taken with the trend-based fib from the low to the high of 3 to the low of this wave 4, which then gives you this area of interest, most common area, whole area, right? So that is important. So then we zoom in. If wave 5 is finished here, then how do we even count this move to the upside, right? I explained some struggles in the morning with regards to this structure to the upside, right? It's a very complex structure. Now, before the stream, so let me talk about my reasoning here. Before the stream, I was observing this move to the downside, right? You just saw at the beginning as well that I was chatting here on Discord, and I was especially talking a lot about the CVD, right? Because I did not see any strength. However, in a bullish scenario, right, you want to see a three-wave structure to the downside. We'll get to that instead of a direct move. If we get a direct move, that would be more bearish, right? But I did not see any strength. So that made me think, what can I come up with from an Elliott Wave point of view here? So here we have a ending diagonal, ending wave 5. The last move is an incredibly three-wavy structure. There's no way I'm going to be able to count this as a 5-waver. So what I started with is this ABC. And I only put this ABC on, and then I got to the other structures. Now, if we look for an ABC here, right, we can't have a WXY here in a bigger, let's say, WXY. You can't have a Y WXY inside a wave Y. So this for me would be the only way to count a finished 5 on the higher time frames as well, where this is the low of your 4, and then we have over here an ABC. Arguably this A is a lower high, by the way. We have then an A, flatten B, C. Then we have here a W, zigzag X, Y. It's very ugly. Nonetheless, you know, that's then the way to count that structure in a way, because in an ending diagonal, all of the waves have to be zigzag structures. So you can't have an impulse. So wave 2 needs to be a zigzag structure. W here is a very nice zigzag on the lower time frames. Your wave X is abracadabra, and then your wave Y, yeah, you can count another potential zigzag in there, but in a double zigzag, preferably, of course, your Y is below your W, because you're looking for a sharp corrective structure, not a horizontal structure. So you could, you know, this is all, of course, thinking as well. But again, this is the only way I can count the end of a 5 here, is that this is your wave 2, and then this is your 3, but, you know, that's even more ugly. So this structure, this wave 2, is very questionable, right? Which lowers the probabilities a bit for this particular scenario, because all of the waves in an ending diagonal have to be zigzag structures. That being said, we continue. We are then looking for wave 3. We are looking for this move here, where we then have 1, 2, 3. This is your 4. Let me actually go to the 15 now. So your wave A is your 1, 2, 3. Red candle is 4, 5 over here. A finished. Then you have your B either finishing here on the right, doesn't really matter. And then you have your wave C to the upside here. Now remember that I think yesterday, somewhere in one of the updates yesterday, we were talking about the volume in the high. This structure here to the upside has the highest amount of volume in the final move. So as an impulse, in an impulse, what do we want to look for? We want to see a 4 and a 5 with wave 5 on lower volume preferably. The fact that eventually that wave 4 got invalidated, as in the bullish scenario we were looking, right, for 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, to get another high, higher highs on price, but lower highs on the volume. The problem is that wave 4 this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, got invalidated as price then hit the 0.618, increasing the probabilities that this is either the high of an impulse or a wave C. But the volume profile, having the highest amount of volume in the final move, is very wave C-ish. It's higher, usually a higher probability for a C compared to an impulse. In an impulse, the only impulsive structure that can have the highest amount of volume at the end is an extended wave 5 impulse, where your wave 1 and 3 are relatively similar in length, and then your wave 5 is going to be the extended wave, which then has the highest amount of volume. So in a bullish scenario, that is of course what you're looking for, right? Where this is then a 1, 2, and you look for continuation to the upside, right? We'll get to the bullish scenarios in a second. Just want to explain my thinking, right? It's the whys behind the scenario. Then we have our 4, and then a double zigzag to the down, to the downside. This is what you like to see, right? Sharp structure, ending also on high volume once again, right? 3 wavy stuff. And then we got this. A, B, and then a wave C. This, of course, is incredibly 3 wavy. In a bullish scenario, you're going to be thinking about a flat here, right? A, B, C. C finished, potential for a WXY, shown in the morning update, right? But we'll get to that in a second. In a bearish scenario, this is your final ABC, your end of 5, where this is your wave 1. Arguably, you get a bit of a range in 2, or you're finished and you move down. Now, if we look over here and zoom in, and I take a fib from the high to the low, you can see that the 0.5 has been hit. And the 0.5 is a minimum target for a wave 2, usually, right? The 0.5 to the 786 area is the most common target for a 2. So price does not need to go to the upside. It can continue in a potential 3 in the bearish scenario, right? Where we are then looking for continuation. A move to the upside here is not guaranteeing bullish continuation. I want to then see price moving above this box, 47.3. I kept repeating it yesterday as well. I want to flip this box. We didn't flip it. We failed it. I want to flip it, and then I look for 49K, right? But even in a bounce, you can look for a bigger 2 and a 3 down, or if we move above the box, then I look for continuation, right? So the preferred bearish scenario that I have at the moment would be this particular scenario, to have an ending contracting diagonal, finishing your 5, potential for a move to the downside. And then we go to the bullish stuff, which is the reason why I initially even got to the bearish stuff, right? Let's zoom out here first, and then we get to the probabilities, of course, at the end, and what I look for. So boom. So stop. Okay, so in the bullish scenario, right, we're looking for your wave 2 to be in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, nice impulsive structure, cool. Then you have your wave 2 over here, right? This is the end of your bear market here. You're going to be looking for continuation to the upside in a wave 3. Now, recently someone asked me, hey Koen, if you would count this as a WXYXZ, how are you counting that structure to the downside? So just to show you, you can then stop the video if you want to observe what I've done here. But just to show you here, this would be the way that I count a WXYXZ to the downside, right? ABC, WXY, ABC, WXY, AB, and then a wave C to the downside. Again, you can stop the stream if you want to copy this, or check it yourself. I put the measurements on as well with the fibs, so you probably know where to pull them from. It's too much detail to get through. But of course, in the bullish scenario, you're going to be looking for your low there. Hopla. And a WXY again is a uncommon structure on a very high time frame, right? I have seen potential ABC scenarios, but I'm not a fan of this being an ABC scenario. For me, that has a low probability compared to this being a wave 1 high and then a wave 2. WXYXZ, of course, not too great. However, in a bullish scenario, that is what we're looking for. Low in, continuation, right? Then we go to the, we can stay on the weekly here. So from a bullish perspective, I've been talking about this one for a while, so probably the people that are here more often will know. From a bullish perspective, this is what I would like to see. Where we have a wave 1 and 2 finished. Wave 2 is shallow, but we'll get to that in a second. We go for a 3, move down for a 4, where we have the point of control now potentially for support at 38.7. Then up for a 5, 50K area, 55, 48, whatever, this area here. And then we go down for a 2, before then potentially continuation to the upside. The higher this wave 5 and therefore your green wave 1 is, the higher these fips will be, because your common target again for your wave 2 is the 05 to the 786, right? Which is if price makes it to the value area high at 49.5k, your 05 is at 27.7, your 786 is at 19.9k, basically 20k here, right? The 382 is less common for a wave 2, but a target nonetheless. The 382 is in confluence with then the value area low of the range and the support resistance area, which is the white box over here. Support, support, resistance, 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 arguably another area of support, very important support. I've also been talking about the fact that in 2021, we have been ranging here for a very, very long time. So for me, it does not make any sense to go through this range without any retracements to the downside, at least one bigger retracement, so that we in 2024 range inside this area, right? Before then eventually, and that depends on the daily updates I do and how waves are structuring on the lower time frames, eventually we then want to look for continuation to the upside. But I'm not at the moment a big believer of this, right? I'm believing more in a bit of a range inside the value area. Not saying that means we have to go down all the way, just like, over here, but at least spend a bit more time in this area before we get, either or. But in this case, a move to the upside. Okay, let's zoom in. The daily, so the bullish scenario, wait, I need to go to this one, medium time frame. So we are just zooming in, right? We're zooming in. We go to the 12-hour. Okay, in the bullish scenario on the 12-hour, plop, there we go, out of logarithmic, we are looking for another high. We get to the probabilities in a second, right? If you just joined and you think, oh, he's just talking about bullish and bearish stuff, that's how Elliott Wave goes. But then at the end, we talk about the probabilities per time frame, okay? So this is the 12-hour chart where, of course, we're looking for more upside in the bullish scenario, right? Wait, I need to show you the other one as well. 1 second, I need to show you, yes, this one as well. Okay, there we go. The short-term more bullish scenario, because now I have to split it. The short-term more bullish scenario is that your wave 5 is not yet finished, right? So we then have a 1, 2, 3. Your 4 is longer. This is not the low of your 4. This is the low of your 4 in that case. And you're going to be looking for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, most common target for your 5 still is this area. But this is still a target for 5. The maximum here, 55.6k. So you want to see bullish continuation in an impulse. You don't want to see the low taken here at 43.3k. The scenario that is in line with the high time frame scenario I just showed you, just for you to compare, right? Have a look at this. Just remember, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I leave this on my chart. Recognize it, right? So the yellow count I'm going to show you now is in line with this one. I just use some different colors. So these are basically the same. Your yellow wave 5 then moves there basically, right? Okay. This is your initially bearish, but eventually bullish scenario. And this is what can complicate things later on, because of course in this scenario, we want to see a wave 4 corrective structure. Your wave 2 here is very shallow and very long. It hit the 0.382. Again, less common for a 2. It's very shallow. It's very long. Increases the probabilities that a wave 4 can be short and deep. Now, talking about the rule of alternation, most commonly a wave 2 is short, deep, and simple. Simple being oftentimes a zigzag. Wave 4 is usually shallow, complex, and long in time. But the rule of alternation then changes when wave 2 is shallow, long, and complex. Wave 4 tends to be short, simple, and deep. Still probabilities, of course, as well. High probabilities. I mean, it's almost like 50-50 between short, simple, deep for a wave 4 and long, shallow, complex. However, what can, of course, be very interesting is if the wave 3 is eventually finished, potentially already or soon, right? We get to the lower time frames in a second. If your 3 is finished, this wave 4 can become a zigzag. And the thing is that if this 4 becomes a potential zigzag, there's going to be the confusion between a wave C down for much lower prices and a wave 4, or even a potential wave 2 and continuation. We'll get to that in a second. Because with a zigzag, also in the lower time frames, wave C tends to mimic a wave 3. Wave C can be very extended as well. It can have high volume as well. The main difference between a wave C and a wave 3 at the moment, right? If this is your ABC and this is your impulse, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the main difference is your range afterwards. In an impulse, your 4 should not hit the 0.618. In an ABC, you want price to hit the 0.618, which then decreases the probabilities of an impulse, right? It increases the probabilities of an ABC. Arguably, there's always the argument you have a potential 1, 2, 1, 2, but that depends on the structure of the first one and the second 2, or the second one and the second 2. But this is just probabilities, right? So here in this scenario, we're like looking for a wave 4, where preferably I would then be looking for an ABC 535 structure. The reason being, it makes people scared as well, right? We then have a 5 wave A, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, volume coming in, looks impulsive, you know, you get all the news and all the stuff online. Then you get a 3 wave B, another impulsive C. Preferably this C has higher volume, it's shorter in time than your wave A, mimicking a wave 3. But we don't want it to hit the 0.618 at 32.4K. If price does, then, well, actually, it's now higher. Forgot to update this scenario. I just thought about it. Ta-da! And then we do this, make it a little bit neat as well. Of course, we have a new high. I'm such a YouTube noob. Okay, so there we go. And then make sure we put that there. Okay, there we go. Very nice. So your target area for your 4 here is 42.4K to 36.4K, basically the 0.236 to the 0.5. And you can see what I do is I then drag the fibs to the upside, right? Where wave 3 can end or potentially end, either now or later. 0.618 is now at 33.6K. That is your invalidation for this higher degree wave 4, which of course would increase the probabilities a bit for a macro bearish scenario as well, but you're not out of the bullish scenarios yet. So we have to take this very much step by step. Preferably this wave 4, by the way, and still after the 0.382, which is now sitting at the 6th of March. So preferably if you do get a move, ending after the 6th of March would be nice, comparing wave 2 in time with wave 4 in time. I'm probably going to put on the 0.236 as well. There we go, which is then sitting 13th of Feb, because this ABC, of course, can be very quick. If price reaches the... Oh man, if price reaches the 0.618, there's one final savior, but I'm not a big fan of this scenario at the moment. I'll explain why as well, at least not yet. So, making everything nice and neat. We are here looking for a double 1, 2, wave 1, 2, then a 2. In this case, it doesn't matter if you reach the 0.618, right? So the invalidation of the one scenario increases probabilities for the other. So just to make, wait, let me make it very easy here by putting them after one another and talk you through what you need to look for. 1, in this scenario here, you don't want to see this low taken, which is 43.1K. Lowers the probabilities, you're going to get a 5. Increases probabilities for this scenario. You don't want the 0.618 hit at 33.6k, and we want to see corrective structures. 0.618 hit, or very short in time, very impulsive, like we have to wait and see. Then your bullish scenario is going to be this. So you can see it switches, right? Here, common target area 05 to 786, 36.4, 29.8, 382, less common. This wave 2 already hit the 382, which is again less common for a wave 2, but having a wave 2 very shallow over here and then another wave 2 bouncing on the 382, you know, it's low probabilities because, you know, it's already a less common target. So having two wave 2s bouncing on the 382 would be very bullish if that happens. It's just probability wise, not a high probability. Preferably for me, if we look for another wave 2, I want a very deep one. Because a very deep wave 2, arguably another, I prefer a zigzag in that case because this one is shallow and complex. So I would prefer a simple one here, preferably a deep, simple zigzag, high volume. Wave C again, high volume, preferably wave C extended as well. Make people scared, the bear mark, that sort of stuff, right? That's what we want to see. We are always playing as well with greed and fear in the market. So this is your target area for your 2. The 886 is rare. We definitely don't want to hit that one. So this is then your area of interest. And inside that area, we do have a weekly gap here. And the weekly gap is from 34 to 30K. Even, preferably, of course, you don't close daily candles inside this range. The moment you start to close a daily candle below 34K, it increases probabilities to fill this weekly gap to the downside to 30K. You still have the 786, still a target for 2, but you know, you're very close to the 886. But a deep wave 2, yeah, the 786 would be really cool. Zooming in. If we are looking for currently this scenario, what are we looking for? Man, luckily I got a button on my keyboard to mute the mic when I got a cup. Okay. Local stuff. So, if we look for upside, this is the only bullish scenario I have remaining. The others failed. This is the end of your 4, right? As mentioned earlier. We're then looking for a 1, 2 and continuation. This wave 2, however, has to be a 3-wave structure. Because of the local price action, I wanted to do a live stream and cover the bearish scenarios first. This is then your wave 1. Here we are then looking for a flat W, X, and we want a zigzag in wave Y. But a zigzag needs to be a 3-wave structure, not a continuous structure, right? Preferably more bearish. Get me? So let's go to the 30-minute. Your target area for 2 is the 05 to 786, 45.2, 44K. Invalidation, very clear. The problem with this wave 1 is, as explained earlier, is the volume, something we covered yesterday. The volume here is highest at the end of your impulse. It's more wave C-ish compared to impulse-ish, I suppose, right? Increasing the probabilities of an ABC compared to an impulse, unless this is an extended 5, but those are not too common. So we have to wait and be patient when the range forms, and we got a range forming. So now we can reassess probabilities. Now, if we, in this scenario, look for upside, right, your 3 is currently at 51.3K, your minimum target. Unless you make a new low, it's going to be a bit lower. But now we get to the interesting stuff. Well, this one is basically done. We hit the 886 already, so this one is not interesting. Ta-da. Okay, now we get to why this morning I started writing here in Discord about these scenarios. Because if we are looking for a wave 2 where this low is taken, we look for a flat X, Y. Flat is W, then you get your X. Y can be a zigzag or a triangle. But it's more bearish to fall directly, because in a wave Y, It's almost like I planned it. Because for a wave Y, we want to see a 3-wave structure, not a direct structure, right? Beep, that was my alarm. Did you hear that? I think so. So in a WXY, W flat X can be any corrective structure, but you hit the 0.5 here, right? And then you look for a wave Y. This is your most common target area for a wave Y if price would go to the golden pocket, which it didn't, right? It didn't go to 46.8K. Moving down directly, hitting this area without having a solid ABC that we can look for increases probabilities of the bearish scenario compared to the bullish scenario, right? We of course observe the reaction because we do have a little bit of support here, 43.8, 44K, but it's not great, right? So in a wave Y, again, a 3-wave structure. Now, if your end of X would be here or over here, it's a very short X, right? W, X, X, maybe X here. That would give X a little bit more time, right? And then we need a zigzag to the downside. Please change your TV sound. I'll just turn the sound off of my computer. What's up, Lucas? The problem is at the moment, it's very difficult to identify a zigzag to the downside, no? Because we are definitely having an impulsive structure. So we need a 5, 3, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is this then a 5? Correction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We are not gonna, of course, catch knives, YOLO, and FOMO, right? That's not what we do here. But it's not a nice zigzaggy structure. The final support that I have for price is this area here, the blue box, right? We're almost there basically. 43.8, 44K. That's the final area for me where price can bounce for the bullish scenario. From a Fibonacci perspective, that is still the area where you have the 786. If you take it from the low to the high here, you can see the 786 is in there. But then again, for this wave Y, you want to preferably see a zigzag. Can end on high volume, but this of course is not that great. Finally, this is a little bit of an extra, not preferred. This is also another thingy where we're looking for a bigger 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But this is a bullish / bearish scenario that is not preferred compared to the one that I shared earlier, which is this one. Your 5 in. Probabilities and what to look for. Arguably the most important part of the stream, I suppose. Cool. Let's start with the probabilities locally. If you've been here since the start, you probably know already how the probabilities change. For the bullish local probabilities to increase, price needs to go to 47.3K. Only then will I look for 49K from an Elliott Wave perspective, right? Because that would then match this scenario. We need a solid bounce, preferably bullish CVD divergences as well. And I want to see this hit. The reason is that even in the bearish scenario, a bounce is fine. You can have this as well. 1, 2, continuation, highest volume here in your 1, not great by the way, right? As explained. In the bearish, so here you can then have, you're looking for 1, 2, and eventually continuation. However, in a bearish scenario, you can have a 1, 2, 3. So unless price is going all the way up to the white box here, I'm not interested in there and there. I better be safe than sorry. I prefer to miss this move up, but be sure, or more sure, because you can never be sure in the markets, but have more confidence in a potential setup if we get it, if price can reach these highs. And at the moment, it's not there. No financial advice, of course. I mean, you do you. But this is an important level, 47.3K. If price can reach that area again, then it's interesting to look for upside. The invalidation of the bullish scenario here is this low. If price triggers this low, it doesn't look too great for the short term, right? Probabilities definitely then do increase to look for lower prices, which then also means I now have to go to the higher time frames, right? So these are the two levels that I look for. Wave Y still has to be a three-wave structure. So the fact we move down over like here, all right, this is my final area of support. Doesn't really look three-wavy at the moment. But we just remain patient. Level of interest, right? Very clear. Two levels that move probabilities around. Then we zoom out. Can remove the boxes. If price moves to the upside, then this wave 3, usually minimum target would be around like 50k, 51k. But we're definitely not there. Let me actually put an alarm here at the low as well. Right. If price would take this low, so if price goes to 47.3, no, we're going to be looking for, probabilities are higher to move to the upside, right? Price takes the low here. We're going to be looking from a bullish perspective. Let me have a look here because I got to check my, not that one anymore. The first one we're looking for is this one. So if price takes this low, your minimum target for a 4 would be the 236 at 42.4. Your max target 36.4. Your invalidation 33.6. So that can be quite a move. Of course, we're then looking for a bigger three-wave structure. I still prefer a zigzag here. However, wave 4s can also, of course, be flats. So you can, but that depends on the price action. We don't know, right? We can't look into the future. Wave 4 can be any corrective structure, can be a triangle, can be a zigzag, can be a flat. You can have a zigzag followed by a zigzag followed by a 5-wave move in a flat. Can be a WXY starting with a zigzag X and then a flat in Y. You know what I mean? We don't know. Wave 4s tend to be very complex. What's up, Flotty? So it's difficult to beforehand get an idea of what a wave 4 becomes. But what I would prefer is a sharp and deep short move because this wave 2 is so long, right? So that would be my preference, but then this low needs to be taken first. If price shows no sign of any support here and just dumps like whatever, right? Doesn't have any interest. Eventually you do get a retracement and either a 1-2 down or an AB down. But if we notice based on the structures that are forming, that 618 is getting pretty close now. Then the final bullish scenario is this one. Target area for your 2, right? The 618 can be hit here. That's no problem. What I don't really like is that the second wave 2, or second wave 1, sorry, is actually longer than the first one. At least on the linear scale, I believe. I don't think it's on the log scale. I think it's only on linear. Yeah, pretty sure. So on linear, it's definitely longer. On log, it's not. So, but I prefer to use the linear scale here on this time frame compared to the log. So yeah, still not too big of a fan of a double 1-2. Okay, so now you know what happens if price takes that low from a probabilities perspective, right? We just remain patient locally. Of course, you don't know. We don't know what happens, but the probabilities change, right? So that is what we are talking about. If price takes that low, probabilities become very low. This is going to be the structure, and they're going to increase for either this or this. From a bullish perspective, of course, from a bearish perspective, probabilities then increase for continuation. But with all the daily updates, 3 times a day here on the channel, we'll see, right? We remain patient. We are not thinking about doom scenarios. We are not bullish, we are bearish. We see what the chart gives us, no? We remain patient, we remain calm, we remain controlled. You won't always have winners, you won't hopefully always have losers. It's probabilities. And we wait patiently what price shows us based on probabilities, no? So, yeah, that's what happens if price takes the low, the probabilities decrease. And then on the high time frame, yeah, that's too early. You know, I spoke about on the high time frame, price bounce on the 382, common for B, less common for 2. So arguably, you know, an argument for a potential C, but it very much depends on a move to the downside, which, you know, we have a small little one, but don't panic, right? Don't YOLO, don't FOMO, don't try to don't be scared. Manage your trades well. If you are very emotional, right? Because we have a bit of a move down and maybe even a bigger, who knows? But there's probably something wrong in either your risk management or maybe your position size, you know, or you put your savings in. Manage your risk very, very well, right? Stay controlled, especially emotionally. So that is that. At the moment, we did not take this low and we did not take this high. We are ranging. So we remain calm because we want price to show us what happens next. And there is every argument still for bullish or bearish. We just preferably want to see a 3-wave move here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5, you know, A, B, C. Yeah, maybe that is your Y, ending on high volume, right? Making people scared, and then it does that. But what I look for myself is a bit more confidence. So I prefer to look for the low here, 43.1 or 47.3. And if I do this, then 47.3, that's also the 886. That's a nice one. Or it's basically 47K. If price hits the 886, 1 second, if price hits this 886 here, 1 second, no, this one. If price hits this 886, 47.4, so a little bit higher, probabilities increase for this high to be taken. So it's 47.3, 47.4. That's your area of interest for bullish continuation, which is pretty much at the target box. And 47.3, the weekly naked point of control, where we rejected. Where did I put it? Oh, here. Weekly naked point of control. Hit once, hit twice. We want to hit it again, no? So that is the analysis from an Elliott Wave point of view on Bitcoin. So you now know what I look for locally, what the impact of the local price action is on the higher time frame price action, right? And what the different scenarios are based on the Elliott waves, basically the waves, based on the waves that we get, based on what price is going to give us. And locally here at the moment, we remain patient. We have a bit of support down here, right? It now moves below the white box, which was a support area. It's retesting it. And as mentioned, for people that also just tuned in, 1, this can still be a 2, right? Remember, if price reaches this high here, it doesn't mean that. It can still be a 1, 2, 3. Looking for this low here, or I'm looking for the box here, basically. Remaining patient. The weekly naked point of control. Actually, when we were ranging here, we were talking about the resistance. When price moved up, we had the yearly at 46.2 and this box. The yearly, nothing. I also didn't have a box at the yearly, but I had my blue box here, which of course now is white. Very nice. Weekly naked point of control is always an important area of support or resistance. So let's see what CVD gives us. The bearish CVDs have now played out. So that's something. So of course, when you look on a 15 min, what you maybe saw if you used this yourself is bullish CVD, higher low in price, and then you see a lower low here on the CVD on blue and on yellow. But more important is that 3 min at that moment in time, this. Look at the bearish CVDs. Yes, we had that bullish one also here. But look at bearish CVD, right? Keeps building. What does that mean? Market long orders are constantly being absorbed with each little bump by limit short orders, which is a bearish sign. And now we just wait because we have a little bit of a bounce, so nothing is going on. So just on the 3 min to show you, this is CV. So these lines are CVD, right? So what it shows, if the line moves up, market orders are entering the market, line moves down, or line moves up, you have market buyers, more market buyers in that one candle than market sellers in that one candle. And if the line moves down, you have more market sellers than market buyers. But on the 3 min, that is where it really happened. Bearish CVD here. And then during the move down, this is the cheeky stuff. If you don't go to the 3 min, you'll likely miss it. Lower high on price, higher high on the CVD. Lower high, higher high. Lower high, higher high, right? It just kept going. Lower high, look at CVD. This is still a higher high, right? Cheeky. This is your high here, right? This is the candle with the high. Look at yellow. Moves up, no? And that happened all the time. Also here. Lower high, higher high. Bit of a bounce. Okay. And then again. Lower highs, higher highs. But now all of that played out. So the bearish CVDs are neutralized. And now we just remain patient. And we just wait and see what price is going to give us. Don't FOMO. Don't YOLO. Depending on your strategy, but usually not recommended. Don't catch knives unless it's part of your strategy, right? Have a solid plan. Have a solid strategy in hand. And wait patiently till your setup shows. Okay. Ta-da! Yeah, so that is of course the analysis bit. So let's now go into chatting. So I'm going to answer your questions. Everything you want to know, you just put it in the chat. And I try to be... Okay, so today, everyone, I'll try to be quick in my answers. So instead of like elaborating for a very long time, right? So that's what we're going to do. Ooh, okay. Cool. Nice little reaction. Quick observation. We hit the golden pocket. Common target for a potential 2. But again, we remain patient. Right. Cool. Chat, where are you? I also put an alarm up here. No, why not? Put it up. Alarm below and an alarm above. Also, now I have to write in chat myself because I have to write Elliott Wave analysis at the start of the hello. Right. Now Q&A. Ta-da. Thanks, robot. You know. You know. Nice. Bump up for the pin. Love to see it. Love to see it. Okay. Where were we? Dun, 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 dun. Last night was nuts. Yeah, so look, I also want to spend a little bit of time with my fiance. So I saw the price section, my alarm went off here. And remember that yesterday I said we want to flip the now white box here. We want to flip it into support, right? We want to flip the box. My alarm went off. The moment I eventually took my phone, price was already down here. I was like, well, I definitely didn't flip it. And I was like, I was heading to bed, and first I was, of course, on the couch chilling with my fiance. I was like, am I going live again for the second time? I was like, nah, I gotta spend some time with the fiance. Else she's gonna think I'm gonna marry you guys. She's gonna doubt the marriage in March. And guys and girls, of course, watching. Okay, maybe do more alt counts. ETH looks completely different. I don't really want to go over all the ETH stuff, but all the altcoins, because that's too much. But at least I consider checking Ethereum just because it looks completely different. So I don't really trade this. I only trade Bitcoin. That's the only thing. What do I have here? Oh, I don't have anything here. Where am I? Interesting. I think I removed the chart where I had so much info. Was it Bitstamp? Yes. I don't know why. Oh, because of the history, of course. We finally entered. Oh, we already did, of course. Yeah. When was the last time we analyzed this? I think when price was here in December. Okay. Oh shit, I forgot to mute my mic. I'm sorry. Yeah. Such an ASMR stream. Hearing people cough. Sorry for that. Value area low, point of control, value area high. Now what I mentioned the other day is if we can enter, so we had a rejection here. If we can enter the value area and retest it with support, probabilities are up for or high for or move increase for the point of control at 2613. 2613. Of course, this is high time frame stuff, but still. Confluence. Okay, we have some confluence there. What's in my probabilities here? Where did I write that? Somewhere I have a probabilities box. Hello? Ah. Okay. Okay. Let's have a look then. Shortly. This is the only quote-unquote altcoin that I do, though, because we want to keep an eye on what Bitcoin does, of course. But because ETH looks different, it can be interesting to keep our eyes open. Okay. Pop, 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 pop. Remove all of that. And the range. Oh, yeah. Low made before the 382. Okay. Wow, where's the volume? Well, 1-to-1 at the point of control. Diagonal potential 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. WXY also potential, by the way. Corrective. It's very overlappy. So from a bullish perspective, you're looking for a diagonal or a 1-1-1-2. But the thing is, you want to see volume coming in. If you think about a 1-1-1-2, your diagonal is not yet invalidated. But if price is going to reach your 1-to-1, pretty much at the point of control, then this can't be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 diagonal anymore, because your 5 is longer than your 3. What's up with the 3, by the way? Yeah, shorter. So if price hits this line, the bullish scenario on ETH that's kind of like left would be a 1-2-1-2, and then arguably another 1-2. But oh boy, do you definitely want a corrective structure down and then a lot of volume up. Because you're going to be in a wave 3 of 3 of 3, you know what I mean? Because of course the alternative, if you reach the point of control here, is that this is a corrective structure, and then, you know, WXY, WXYXZ, preferably not that one, but like WXY kind of stuff. So the 1-to-1 is both bullish and bearish, basically, right? So yes. Double top. Arguably, so probably the same scenario as Bitcoin and then a WXY. This can be a flat as well as a zigzag down. 3 wave. It's kind of the same as Bitcoin though. Also looks 3 wavy here. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Very short 4, no? Okay, your 3 is longer. There's the potential for an impulse. Golden pocket touch. There is overlap. So if you want to label this in any impulsive structure, then it's going to be a diagonal or a double 1-2. All the other stuff is corrective. CVD, of course, is neutralized, so we don't have any bearish CVD anymore. We're just waiting. See what happens. Because we are in the value area of ETH on the high time frame, I would like to reject at the point of control. This feels like the middle of nowhere. Plus we have a double top here as well, at least on this chart. Let me put this in coin coverage. Let me go to my other chart here, Binance. Do we also have a double top here? Yeah. Wait. A triple top even. Increases the probabilities for ETH to still take these highs. You know, leaving a triple top unattended is very rare. And of course, we are still on ETH, also keeping an eye on, let me put this up. Also keeping an eye on that point of control at 26.13, because we are now inside that value area. So 1, 2, 1, 2. You know, you wanna see price pushing in that case. Oh wait, let me go to Binance again. Other one. Holy moly, too much. Wait. Right. Gee. Yeah. Yeah. Leaving a triple top unattended is that is not something you see very often. There's definitely a high probability to see that one taken on Ethereum. Of course, if Ethereum then pushes up, that would, I suppose, in confluence with Bitcoin, be good for Bitcoin, as then you of course expect higher prices on probably most assets. But from an Elliott Wave perspective, of course, safest option is the 47.3. You wanna see proof. You want to see proof. Yeah, you're not going to catch the low, right? You're going to miss out on a low. Or what we're looking for locally is proof of support, right? Market structure change, bullish CVD divergences, RSI, stochastic, whatever you're looking for, right? Whatever you're looking for. You want to see some proof of support. We now bounced at the golden pocket, which was here. This one. So I can remove the 05 and turn this down. And there we go. Yeah, so this would then be in a bullish scenario. You want your wave Y to preferably be finished now, which is, you want to have a three-wave structure inside the golden pocket, no? It didn't really reach your wave Y most common target area, but you have the 0.618. Let's have a little look. Of course, your X can also still be a flat. That's then your X or your 2, depending on the scenario. It's not too nice to start a wave 1 like this, right? Very, very sharp if you look for bearish scenarios. Let's have a look. Arguably your end of X is here then. which would be 0.618. That's still a fine target for Y. So I would turn X here, potentially a bit of a triangle then, and then you want to double zigzag. Of course, we still have some support below as well, but want to see some proof of support, right? That's whatever that is for you. That's of course different for each trader, because and you want to invalidate bearish CVD divergences as well. So yeah, you definitely want to see a bigger bounce than this. Okay, let's put this on. So yeah, there was a bit of ETH, I suppose. Okay, let's be quick here, answering some questions. Can C? Yes. C can definitely be very impulsive. We've seen it time and time again. The latest one, the latest C that is very impulsive is this one. Look at the extension. I think it was the 3.618 or something. And it just happens over 3.618 hit here. Or maybe on other charts it's the 3, but still, of course, eventually the candles close on the 2.618. But look, 3.618 is hit. Can be very, and this is a C, right? And the only reason this is an ABC is because your 618 was hit, which increased probabilities to take the high. So we were constantly looking for this high to be taken, of course, throughout the range at a given moment. This range was very complex, also weekend, holy moly. But we had the bullish CVDs building, which eventually played out. But this ABC got kind of confirmed because of the 618 touch. And the 112 wasn't that likely as well. So yeah, wave C's can be very sharp and very high volume. They can really mimic wave 3s. Garcia, what's up? Cheers. How you doing? Double bottom and we go. Potentially. Hello from America. Dealy Crypto, what's up? How you doing? America. It's nice. It's morning. You woke up. America. Man, I really enjoyed America when I was in California in October 2022. That is where I proposed to my fiance, by the way. I proposed in Monterey, Carmel by the Sea, in the dunes next to the ocean in October. 15th of October. ETFs are lock. The rug pull was to fatten the calf. Slay short, longs, cheaper Bitcoin today. Maybe. I'm leaning bearish on the chart. Yeah, we're gonna, the analysis has been done for everyone just joining. Make sure to go to the beginning. And we remain calm. Kenny, bro is going back to back to back. I know. But it's the chart, It gives us interesting stuff. If it taps the box but doesn't flip it, that would be even more bearish. Yeah, I mean, it tapped but didn't flip. But that's why it can become, for the bullish scenario, that is a flat. And in your bearish, you would look for a 1. In both cases, you look for an impulse, because a flat ABC, wave C is an impulsive structure, wave 1 is an impulsive structure. But there's, of course, a couple of things not too nice on the lower time frames, which is the reason why 47.3 or taking this low will provide the clarity that we then look for. And of course, now we're below this support here, because the highest amount of volume, remember, is in the high here, which is that's like more C-ish than impulse-ish, because then you need an extended 5. That's possible. It's a little less common. But then at the same time, this being a wave 1 is also not great, as very sharp moves tend to be C's. So yeah, and then you have the wave Y down. It's not a nice zigzag to the downside. It's pretty straight. So that is why patience, it's important. Having your plan, having your strategy. Is 38 in play? Well, I guess you were already here when I went through the whole analysis, so you probably have the answer on that question. What is your all-time count? You probably also know that one now, because I kind of went over it. It's 5 waves to the upside since 2009. Oh, that's the cycle. Yeah, I didn't show the cycle, but the bearish one is that 5 is in at 69, and the bullish one is multiple 1-2s. You can check out my cycle count on the channel in the macro playlist. I should actually call it cycle macro high time frame, but it's the macro high time frame playlist. Best Forex robot, what's up? Long term, we are pushing for a wave 3. That has potential, of course. Still expecting a drop before we do so, in that case. As explained earlier, though. Kenny, like button. Thanks, man. AVDS, thanks. Appreciate it. Welcome as well, AVDS. Susan, really hope you're wrong about going to 38 right now. Well, luckily I didn't say we do. Unless you reply to the Dusty Hunt. But you're not replying to me. Wait, where's the comment? Because we are being patient here, right? We are looking for more information. Take the low, look for the high, right? That is what we're doing here. Observing the price action, see what price gives. So either this is your own thought or you were replying to the Dusty Hunt. Definitely not to me. Abuznia, and also, of course, welcome, Susan. Good to have you here. Abuzni, Sock, really hope Wave C will be in play. Such a gift. Bitcoin for 12. Yeah, well, we're far away, right? Look, everyone, this here, these are small moves, right? Yeah, volume is high. It's impulsivity. You know, people Google emotions run high. What's happening? These are baby moves on Bitcoin, right? Especially when price goes down. That is when there tends to be more emotion than when you get a very volatile move to the upside, you know. Wonder why. But we're, of course, far away from such levels, and we definitely need more information before we are going to think about that type of, you know, that type of price. That's at the moment not something, of course, we're yet thinking about. 8 likes with 231. If you like it, click the button. If you don't click the button. Robot 618 taken. Yeah, that's where we bounce now. Watching your streams like learning so. In 30 minutes, I learned more than last month. Welcome to school. I appreciate it. I'm glad that people learn as well. Yeah, I have a sharp alarm. And that's, by the way, also a goal of the channel. It's not just providing an update, but explaining the why. Why does this or that change depending on, you know, price? Why are the probabilities for bull or bear higher if the low is taken or the high is taken? What are the measurements? How do you pull the fibs, right? That's a goal, like, and make people understand as well why certain probabilities are higher or lower for a particular scenario. So it's not just up or down. It's more, you know, I try to give more than that. I can also just give the probabilities, but I want to explain the scenarios so that people understand why that's the case, and they can also reply and maybe have different scenarios. That's interesting. Does news like ETF World would create a peculiar wave different from TN? I mean, in the end, news will merge into the waves that happen after. So when you get a sharp move with news, generally, by the way, it gives back. So you get a big news candle and then it gives it all back. That's very, very common. Also with the ETF, it's something I'm definitely keeping in mind, where I would, so preferably, but we don't know, right? This is what I prefer. This is not the chart. This is not analysis. This has nothing to do with what I just mentioned. Preferably, I would like a big push to the upside first, because I want more greed. I want more FOMO. I want more YOLO. I want to see preferably even 50K taken, psychological level. People screaming all-time highs. They're going to put all their whatever, their portfolio in. And then we drop. I don't know. Maybe it's not necessary. Maybe the liquidity here is already enough. But from a psychology perspective, or if I would be a market maker, that would be my scenario. Generating the liquidity by pushing price up, absorbing all the longs and buys coming in to then drag it down. Where, of course, all the buyers are stuck. And either their stop losses are hit, which creates a waterfall, or they got to sell, which creates a waterfall as well. So, yeah, that's something I have in mind. But that is nothing to do with, anyways. That's just personal preference, I suppose. Yeah. Rosmi, what's up? Flotti, Mike, POC of the year, 43,900. Yes, we do have. I know. You can also call it POC of the year because of 2024. That's correct. I asked ChatGPT, who is the best Elliott Wave wizard on YouTube? And it sent me here. Mark, always with the original compliments. Mark, every time you write in chat, I'm like getting my red cheeks. What's that? Blozen. Begin to blozen, Kirill. Nice. Gotta love ChatGPT though. Ben, what's up? How you doing? Bitcoin fell in 5 waves to down and impulse. It's going to be wave 1 only. Yes. Bigger waves always consist of smaller waves. So smaller waves on the, like 5 waves down on a smaller time frame or up, doesn't matter, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In a bearish impulse, you're then thinking for about a 1. So this is then a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on a higher time frame. And this whole 5 wave structure can be a wave 1, 2, you know. So, and this can be on a 1 minute. On a 1 minute, you can have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is then a wave 1 on, let's say, a 15. Wave 2, 3, 4, 5 on a 15. Okay, this can be a wave 1 on a 4 hour. 1, 2, you see what I mean? So it's each time frame has that stuff. 50K in 2 days. Potential. We gotta go to 47.34 though. Like to this box, we need to get up here. Welcome also Reza. Papa Live, what's up man? Lau Hellabout, groeten uit België. Welcome. Hallo, mijn Vlaamse vriend. I can't speak Flemish, man. That was just bullshit. But welcome from Belgium, the country of waffles, chocolate, and special beers. GSLG, Koens is the best Elliott Wave guy. Thank you, guys. I can only say thank you, of course. Like, it's quite difficult to actually show my I kind of like, I hope I show my appreciation by giving the analysis, right? You are using CVD on Binance? No, the CVD is on like all like 22 platforms. So it's the biggest. Not Femex because it gives an error. Not UOB because it gave bugs all the time as well. So these are the ones we use. Gotta get chat back up. Where's the difference between yellow and blue in your template? Blue is aggregated and yellow is one platform. It's just that I got used to it. So in the past when I started, nowadays I should say I trade on BingX. Link in the description, #sellout. If you want to support the channel, that is, of course. If you don't want to support, you just Google yourself or, don't click. People usually tell me, Koen, you got to say more about but I'm not, I want to provide more value. You know how it works with the links, the likes, the subs. I don't have to explain. The yellow line is the Bybit CVD. When I started back in the day, I started on Bybit. So I got used to reading the Bybit CVD. And then later I added the aggregated one, which is, different platforms together. But because I got used to reading the Bybit CVD, I'm not changing it because, every CVD line is a little bit different, moves a little bit different, shows stuff a little bit different. And I'm used to the, I call it now just the yellow and the blue line. And because I'm used to reading these CVDs, I stick with it. But I know in the group, there's also many people in Discord that use different ones. If you have no idea what I am talking about here, then you can go, that's YouTube Studio. Then first, I would recommend to have a look at the CVD video. If you don't know what CVD is, because that's for me the best tool out there. This one here, right? Check out this video. And if you're not really a viewer, like watching 10 minutes, it's recommended. You can have the link here or just copy it in your browser now, charts.aggr.trade. The template can be downloaded here, right? Good to know channel. And this is the one pager, the CVD one pager, where I show you what it is. And here's a link again to the video as well. So yeah, that is what the CVD lines on my chart are and why they are there. Also, welcome, Ilya. Gwendizu, what's up? How you doing? You're also always there. What are the invalidation levels for the bearish and the bullish scenario? I think you just... can you recap? I mean, I probably mentioned it already after your comment. But it's also here, of course, in the analysis earlier. News like ETF approval would not create a premium away from TN normal analysis. Any previous wave would be invalidated upon. No, because in the end, the news wave, like it's just another wave that we count. The invalidations also still count in Elliott waves. So it will just be another structure. They can be more impulsive though. So it can start or end the structure, but in the end, it's just like here as well. You know, whatever people like to call it. This is a very nice flat in the bullish scenario, and it's a wave 1 in the bearish scenario, right? So yeah, a bit of volatile price action. The only one that was very difficult in this move up was the intern that clicked the wrong button. Remember this one here? This one was difficult at the moment in time. In the bullish scenario, we were looking for a 1-2-1-2 here. And then we got this. And of course, the volume is enormous, right? Very, very high volume, but also a very big wick. But these type of wicks that have such a big percentage, like it's like 6% wick, you know, they have these bigger wicks, not like the 1 or 2% ones, but the bigger wicks tend to be filled. And then we kept an eye on the range, because after volatility, which is what I always recommend from an Elliott wave point of view, is after you get big volatile moves, wait for a range. Big move up, yeah, you get a big move down. Eventually you get a range again. And then you can reassess the probabilities from an Elliott wave point of view, if you are a beginning counter maybe. So just like here, remember, we were live when this happened. We went live here just before the drop, and we caught this all, where we also said we wait for a range, and that is when we will know more, right? And we saw the 618 being hit, not during the stream, but it happened later. So this here, that's a baby move, right? In crypto, especially on Bitcoin as well. And in the end, we do count these waves, but sometimes they're difficult. So if a big wick is difficult to count, then I will zoom out and I wait for a range locally. Where can I gain your trading knowledge? Chart Champions? No, my friend. No. If you want to gain my knowledge, I mean, from an Elliott wave perspective, it's probably everything I show here on YouTube. Hopefully you learn something as well at the same time. But in YouTube Gold, that's where the Elliott wave course is. If you can finish that course in 1 month, which most people do, because it's not that long, it has all my Elliott wave stuff in there in gold, then it's $25. You know, I'm not a guy that needs hundreds of, you know, like for a course, like make people pay hundreds of dollars for a course and stuff. I don't know. So everything from an Elliott wave point of view that I know is in there, as well as some other stuff like volume profile, order blocks, and stuff that I tend to use. And if you want to learn stuff, I mean, there's many mentors and things online, but I would recommend to always start, and also here, with the free stuff first, right? Yeah, you can join gold if you want to. I'm happy to, of course, provide feedback. Tonight we have a gold stream. But I also always recommend to start with the free stuff, because why not? But and the links are in the description, meaning the free sources that I used, public sources. It's the bit.ly Elliott Wave detailed link, and it's the bit.ly more information link. This one here, this is the bit.ly Elliott Wave detailed. So it's just a website. I'm not affiliated. You can just check it out and make notes like you're sitting at university. I swear, this is the best website that I found back in the day. You can see the targets, what is common, what is rare, all that stuff. From an Elliott Wave perspective, this is your place to start, I believe. And then you have some more info, which is the second link in the description. Also, again, not affiliated, right? This is just helping you guys with finding sources. Also information, impulse diagonal, zigzag, flat triangle combination. So some stuff, not 100, but this is a very detailed website, also with even more stuff and time, and yeah. So and many of the other stuff like daily, weekly, time frame horizontals, volume profile, you can just find it on YouTube. By watching my videos, you very quickly know how I do it. I also have a video explaining the volume profile on my channel. So very much at the beginning, I would save your 200 whatever bucks a month if you want to learn. But first put some time into learning. But if you want more guidance, then you can of course join any platform or any mentor, which includes, if you want to know more about Elliott Waves and what I use in my trading, then yeah, feel free to join. Nature for all. Women are expensive. My fiance, she's good. No problem. I mean, the ring was definitely a chunk, but that's why I do it. Like, we marry. I mean, not because of the ring, by the way, of course, because of all the years we've been together. But an engagement ring, it depends on what you want. But let's just say I sold a kidney. What's your take on BTC dominance? Ooh, I will write it down, but I first want to actually go through BTC dominance. Maybe check later. I think basically, if you get my plan to wait till price at 100. Basically, if I get you my plan to wait, well, I am not a financial advisor. I'm just a random guy from the Netherlands that is live on a hopefully very thin screen, which is either your computer, your TV, or your phone, or your iPad, or whatever, that shares his knowledge about how he reads the chart with some numbers and letters. You hopefully have your own plan. I have my trading strategy. My personal developed strategy over the years, and that we tweak constantly and improve all the time with Diamond now as well, based on a lot of statistics. In your case, you need to have a plan based on your statistics and the tools that you love to use. So you trade your levels, your plan, your strategy, and whatever you like to see, your entry requirements as well. If you win or if you lose, I don't care, as we shouldn't. You don't care, hopefully, about what I do, if I win or I lose. Because in the end, everyone is kind of like in the market for themselves. But what I try to do, of course, is share as much knowledge as I can, share the probabilities, make you understand the ways when probabilities change. If you trade stuff that comes from a YouTube video, it's either your fault or your success, but it's never the person that made the video. It's always your responsibility. And if you want to be a long-term profitable trader, you very much need your own strategy to have long-term success. You can't depend on others. So if you're in the market long-term, create a business, become a successful trader, you need something. iTech, what's up? GSLG. Are you familiar with neo waves? I've heard that term before, but I'm not. Else I would have said yes, but no, I'm not really. I just heard about it before, but yeah, I guess I'm more classic. Umar, what's up? How you doing? Daily overlook holding up so far, and swing failure pattern of the low. I wait, a daily order block? So yeah, probably you're thinking about this one, I guess. So this would be your daily order block. And the swing failure of the previous. That's this low here. And then, yeah, we wait. What's up, DJ Blitz? Also, dropping while ETH dominance goes up. Oh, we spoke about dominance the other day. ETH/BTC. How can double top occur from an Elliott Wave perspective? Usually, wave Bs, wave Xs can create the double tops, as these can retrace very high as well. Of course, you can also have a truncated 5, but that's very rare. So in a WXY, your X can go very high, create a double top. In an ABC, your B can go high, creating a double top, right? It's the same like we had here as well, where on a lower time frame, you had a move down and a move up. This one hit the 886, increasing probabilities that this high will be taken at a given moment. Over here, price moved up, moved down, came back up, hit the 886, taken from the high to the low. Increasing probabilities, these highs will be taken, creating a local double top, So usually it's wave Bs and wave Xs that create the double top. Occasionally, it can also be a wave Y. But in a wave Y, you do not expect to come back to the double top. We had that, and I'll show you an example, or a double bottom. And I have an example for you. Which is here. So in this case, or a running flat, by the way, I should mention both. So a wave Y and a wave C can create a double top or double bottom, but then you don't come back. Right? These are, however, less common than the ones where you do take it. So if you see a double bottom or a double top, probabilities are higher, you take it. It can happen on any time frame, but of course, the higher the time frame, the better the double top or the double bottom is. So here we have a double bottom, but we never came back. We escaped. So in this case, both a WXY and ABC kind of work here. But it's just that this is a C or a Y, and you know, either a running flat or a WXY, where wave Y doesn't take the low. I would prefer a WXY because it's a bit more common than a running flat. But nonetheless, that is what can happen. But usually it's wave Bs or X. I wrote it down, so maybe we can have a look later. But counts in Elliott. Correct, that's what I do. Just in, only 25% of you press the like button. Thanks, Mark. Mark is on it. What is BTC doing? Ending diagonal? That would be the bearish scenario shared earlier, yeah. Correct, Vladimir, welcome. GSLG, hit a like for the great Elliott Wave, learning so much. Thanks, guys. You have to wait. You have to wait and see. That's a nice one. You have to wait and see. Yeah. Can I entry now? That depends on your plan. You are awesome. Thanks for all you do. Thank you, Crypto Gambler. Hopefully not gambling in real life, but good to have you here. I live in Moss in the US. Ah, wait, Luis, did you already send me a message on Discord or not? I didn't check my DMs. You gotta let me know. Whoop, 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 whoop. Canary Road. Welcome. Can I entry now for bullish or still bearish? Depends on your plan. Hit the likes, only five. I have no idea how many we have. I never really look too much at viewer numbers and likes. Of course, you know, look, this again, you know how YouTube works, you know how this industry works, you know where the like button is and the sub, and you know where the comment section is and the chat, and you know what the links in the description do. Like, you know. I don't have to explain, but I'm happy to see the chat is actively mentioning, like, push the like button. Thanks, guys. What do you think? What time do you think they will drop the news? Well, actually, in Discord, we were talking about this. Because I asked the same question. So I said here, at what time would that ETF news be? And then Heap sent a message with, or at least Ken said 4 p.m. ET as per CT. And then Heap said this. I don't know what the source is. But basically, between 4 and 5 p.m. Eastern time, for the Netherlands is 10 p.m. tonight. So between 10 and 11 p.m. So that might be a fun moment to maybe go live as well tonight again and see what happens. Could be quite interesting. ETH triple. Oh, we checked ETH. So probably you saw my ETH analysis, I suppose. If not, it's earlier in the stream. 6618 subs by Sunday, easily at this rate. I honestly have no idea where we are at the moment. The beginning of this year has been absolutely nuts. I don't know. I need to check. I don't know what we're at. I don't really tend to look too much at the numbers. Of course, on stream, I think yesterday or something we passed 6,300. Okay, here we are, 6,380. Jeez, guys, take it easy on me. You're playing with my heart. Crazy. It would be nice though, having a 618. I should make a screenshot the moment we get a... I missed the 618. We are now at 6,380. Oh well, I can still Photoshop the 3 and a 1, I suppose. 6.180. Oh damn, I forgot about that one. Maybe the SEC approved the ETF and already made the tweet, but some intern uploaded it on a wrong day. The SEC post would make sense at the same time. Yeah. Imagine. Oops, click the wrong button. The whole market goes up or down. I found you somewhere in the middle of the stream. I only have 1 hour to catch up. Easy, easy. What's up, Bogdan? Good to have you here, Bogdan, man. I'm almost there. I'm also almost at the bottom. And why would the intern be in charge of tweeting? Yeah. In tweeting such important news as well. Like, oops, yeah. I dropped my pen on the enter button or whatever. What's up, Mohammed Hassan? How you doing? The ETF. Yeah, spoke about it earlier. Interesting times, no? With that ETF. It's such big news. More bearish CVD. Jeez, just keeps going. If we take this little low, it played out, by the way. But then we have this one here still. Lower high, higher high, right? Bearish CVD, absorption of market longs by a limit short. You want to see that invalidated, but hey, we know what we're looking for, right? And you know what I, from an Elliott Wave perspective, look for at least. Can you explain the bullish scenario on the current chart? I missed it. That is why I wrote at the top. You can go to the beginning, but if you want the bullish scenario specifically, right? This is only the bullish one because you want to have the bullish one, so not the bearish one. 1, 2, continuation up, where you're going to be looking for a WXY in 2. Your invalidation is this low, 43.2K. What I did for the people just joining. Oh shit, I forgot to press my mic button to mute myself. I started the stream with the analysis. First I did all the bear scenarios, then all the bull scenarios from macro to like basically weekly to daily to 12 hour, 1 hour, 15 minutes. So if you would go to the beginning of the stream, you can click through the video and you will very, very easily know where I am, depending on the time frame. So if you look for the bearish scenarios, then go to the earlier beginning. And then that's when I go from macro, like weekly to daily to 12 hour to 1 hour to 15, something like that. And then after that, the bullish scenarios start again with the macro and, so weekly, daily and stuff. So probably if you click, you will very quickly see what you want to know. And if, of course, you're looking for the low time frame stuff, then just click towards the bearish low. The moment I go to the 1 hour chart, basically. Amused fuchsia flower. I love your name, but my man or my girl, woman or LGBTQ+, you need a plan and a strategy. because I will give you one statistic, and that is that you will be a 200% losing trader by asking this on YouTube in probably many different channels. Doesn't work. What you need to develop, okay, everyone, where's the copy pasta? Do you have it by now? You have the steps? Do you guys have the steps for a plan? Okay, here we go. I always love this part. Okay, for everyone here that doesn't have a plan, these are the steps to follow to build a plan. And this is also what I have followed. And this is what Diamond members do when they create their own plan. Of course, I have more stuff in Diamond and more detail and the templates and everything, but this is very easily, quote unquote, these are the steps. So, 1. Wait, before we start even with 1, Amused Fuchsia Flower, I recommend to either not trade or have a very, very low amount of money in your trading account. And then you start this procedure. Because before you start trading, you need a plan. So 1, try as many free, preferably free tools as possible. TradingView, Atas is also free for crypto. Use as many tools as possible and find your favorite ones. 2, record statistics on your favorite tools. 3, combine your favorite tools and track statistics on the combination of the tools, right? Because now you're actually building a strategy, right? Then we have 4, tweak and adjust, meaning add something to the strategy, another tool maybe, remove something, right? And you're also already going to create rules because of all the statistics. You can make rules as well now, entry requirements, right? So 4 is tweaking and adjusting. Then 5 is slowly starting to trade it with low money, preferably not a demo account because there's no emotions involved. So just put $100 or $50 or $5, I don't care, but low. And then 5, start trading it, work on your psychology, which clearly is not okay. So work on your psychology. Where is it? I'm such a such a sellout for Jared, but get this book, Mental Game of Trading. Trading in the Zone doesn't give you the plan. This is a strategy. I'm not affiliated. I don't even have an Amazon link in the description. I'm always talking about this book. It's the best psychology book for me that exists in trading. Trading in the Zone for me is absolutely nothing compared to what you learn in that one, which gives you a plan to work on your psychology. Step number 5. Step number 6 is that you then up your budget because you have experience with your strategy, right? That's step number 5. You're slowly trading it. You're working on your psychology. You're going to collect the data still. Always collect the data because now you're forward testing. And then the last step, 6, is basically upping the money in the account and get comfortable with the higher wins and the higher losses specifically, because trading is about risk management, which arguably is more about loss management. There is this beautiful quote that says, it's in a PowerPoint that I have, something with, if you don't manage your losses well, you'll get the mother of all losses, if you can't take a small loss, then one day you'll get the mother of all losses, or whatever it is. Basically meaning, if you're not managing your losses and you only look at your wins, right? You're planning your trade, and what you're doing is you only look at your TP and how much you would make. That's a problem. It's not good, because price can go the other way. And what then? Oh, if I add another $100, another $50, another 1K, 10K to the position size, my profit will be 30K, 50K. Yeah, okay. So what happens if it hits your stop? Where is your stop even? You need a strategy. You need a plan. Where's the stop? You won't get rich in one day here. It's like incremental improvements. It's having a structured plan and strategy that you trade day in, day out. Same shit, different day, basically. And then your portfolio, you want to see a nice, consistent growing line, right? With dips. That's normal because there's no 100% win rate. You will have losses. as long as you stick to your plan based on data, you know your win rate, you know your risk to reward ratio, you know what days are most profitable, you know what session is most profitable, you know how long it takes for setups to form, you know what time frame is most profitable, you know your risk, you know your stop loss, you know your TP, you know that stuff because of the data that you collected. And that is what you need to do. And if you want, I can show you an example. I showed it yesterday as well. I showed like statistics and stuff that I tracked in the past. I still track statistics, but of course I can't show the current stuff that I'm tracking. But yeah. So there you go. That is a very long answer on this beautiful question that I pretty much get every stream. I should probably cut that part out and upload it as a separate video one day. So there you go. Can you look at Turbo? I don't do altcoins at the moment. Mainly focus on Bitcoin, but I will write it down though. Probably not really having that time. Are you staying live till the ETF approval? That's going to be like 10 p.m. We got a couple of hours left. That's another 7 hours. That would be a record on the channel. It's not going to happen. I probably will go live. I guess I can do a live tonight and then see if anything happens. Yeah. I asked. Oh wait, we already were here. Oh wait, this was the one. Yeah. So here, this is where we were. What could be the lowest possible final target on a high time frame weekly chart in a bearish scenario? Well, the biggest support is between 8 and 11K. So 8K would be kind of like the max. 6K, lowest 6, because that's the 236 on the cycle chart. But the biggest support is around 910. Muhammad, please reply. Yeah, the ETF. I mean, my preferred ETF scenario would be, because of the uptrend, an incredible push up, fake people out. People are FOMOing, YOLOing, you know, all that stuff. They buy as much as they can because they expect all-time highs and all that stuff, and then dump it. Basically, I'm looking for a fake out. It's the typical buy the rumors, sell the news, or the other way around. But a move down for me would be more bearish because the probabilities of staying down there are higher or seeing a bit more of a downtrend. If you go up first, then I would expect a big move down. If you go down first, then yeah, we can have a retracement, but then I would expect price to slowly move down. So I prefer, this is not Elliott Wave related, by the way, right? Psychology-wise, I would like to see the fake out. Does Atlas CVD work the same way? Depending on the platform you use, yes, because in Atlas you have to select what chart you get, and then the chart will have a CVD. So it works the same, yes. Tov, what's up? How you doing? Hi, man. Catman. And if implemented, some powers will not accept a BC being unacceptable. Expect IXC. Holy moly, I have no idea. Will not accept a BC. I see them imp. Too many shortcuts. What do you say, Catman? Polar Bearman, what's up? How you doing? Good morning. From America as well. Christoph Domagala, hello, greetings. How to get started with small capital like 1K USDC to use leverage X2? Can you recommend material buybit examples? Use it. Well, first of all, I would recommend BingX, but that's my platform that I use, that I trade on myself. Hey, Bogdan. I don't have to click. It's Bogdan, 100%. Yeah, look at him go. Bogdan back at it again. Bogdan, thanks so much, man. Bogdan, this guy, he did the same during Christmas. And now he's at it again. Thanks so much, Bogdan, also for the community. Everyone that just joined, meaning Dobro Pixel, Gustav, The Video Kingdom, Errol Suleiman, and Stuba, send me an email to kunztrading@outlook.com, because this is probably a bronze membership, and I'll bump you up to silver so you can have the update. So you actually have use as well, because the bronze membership doesn't give you anything. So I that's why I like to add you to the silver group. And you can thank Bogdan for that one. This guy. Bogdan, thanks, man. How you doing? Bogdan is at it again. That's the second time now. Save your money for trading, my friend. Thanks, man. So, yes. Well, basically the steps I just mentioned when I answered the question of Amuse Fuchsia Flower, that's what I would do. You are starting, but you are a smart man or women or anything else. So instead of asking, shall I go long or short, you actually ask a very good question on how to get started. And then the steps I just mentioned are the ones to start with, preferably. Use low leverage. You don't need high leverage in trading. It's more about learning the skill of trading first, and survival. So what you want to do is still be here in a year, right? And not blow your account, and that demotivates and all. You trickle into that hole. You have your capital 1K. That's fine. That's fine, right? We don't have to dream about 100K, 200K, 1 million. You're starting out. If you can develop yourself a solid strategy, the money will come, because then it's just execution. But in the beginning, you got to put time in building a strat. So then, in short, not in long this time, try all the tools on that are free on TradingView and Atas and stuff. So try the free tools, build statistics on your favorite ones, combine your favorite tools, build statistics on them as well. Right? That's then step number 3. Step number 4 is that you then, I actually don't even know if I have the exact same steps, but step 4, after you combine the tools, is now you're adjusting and tweaking the combination of tools based on data. Number 5 is slowly starting to trade it with small budgets and work on your psychology. And step 6 is then upping the budget. So you can trade, but make sure that while you trade with a small budget, if 1K is all you have, it's not very smart, right? But if it's small for you, that's fine. But then build statistics at the same time. That's what we do in Diamond as well. That's why I share the templates to build statistics, and I have examples, but build the statistics while you trade as well. So that's what I would recommend. You don't need more leverage than 3 usually. Depends a little bit if you're a scalper. If you're a scalper, you probably need more because of low time frame entries and very low percentage stop losses. But for day trading, probably you don't go past the 3 or the 5. At least if you risk 1% to trade. For me, I risk 1%. If my stop loss is shorter than 1%, I need to go to 2x leverage or maybe 3. But rarely ever do I need to go to 4. That's if it's above 1%, my stop loss, or at 1%, then I use 1x. Eric Dorion La Flamme. There he is again. Beautiful name. I love it. Quebec, Canada. Much love. How you doing, man? Welcome back again. Volume is declining. Yeah. Of course, if you're looking for an impulse to the downside, you do want to see volume increasing. But still building some bearish CVD. You just want to invalidate this. You want to invalidate the bearish CVD. You need to take this high, 45,750. Let's put a little line there. So this invalidates. If you go above, you invalidate the bearish CVD. So that's what you want to see, of course. At least we have a bit of a bounce, bit of a range. So that's something. Bro, what's your mic? Well, actually, I got this one from a podcast. I actually have no idea. 1 second. Okay, so I don't know the model. I only know the brand, but I don't know the model because I threw the box away. I didn't do my own research. I was invited for a podcast And they sent me the mic, and I was allowed to keep it because they wanted studio quality in their podcast. And I did it from home. And yeah, so the brand is Samsung. So, but I don't know what the model is. Doesn't say. So yeah, Samsung, and it's just like this. It's a great mic. I mean, yeah, it works. It's very nice, and yeah, I like it, and hopefully you like it too by listening to my sweet voice. Rafael Cruz just subscribed. What's up, man? How you doing? Thanks for the sub. Welcome to the channel. Yannick Granger, he is back again. Hello, what's up? Good to see you. Also nice to see, Yannick, how active you are in BTCTA in Discord. Love to see you chatting with everyone there as well. Nostradamus would be proud. He would. What's up, Roman? Sipakorn, much love from Thailand. I'm Jim. Welcome, Jim. Good to have you here. That's a unique nickname you have as well. You have a short nickname, Jim, but then Sipakorn Kungsa Picard. That's probably something from Thailand, I can imagine. You're the most Elliott Wave clear in depth explained on YouTube. Sorry for my... thank you so much. Kopkan Makrab. Okay, I gotta Google Translate this. First of all, Jim, it's an absolute pleasure. Welcome here as well. Second, what's this? Wait, it doesn't even... probably it must be something like thank you. I guess. But thanks for being here, man. MAF, how are you doing? Abdul Karim Abanuji. Hi Koens, can you please look at the USDT dominance? I wrote it down, but for now I quickly answered the stuff here. So what we're of course looking for is, you know, for bullish continuation, at least minimum invalidate the bearish CVD. That would be a good start. Rafael Cruz, I don't know. I haven't heard anything about that. So I'm also not involved with XRP, so that's probably the reason. What are the probabilities of the scenarios I explained? Well, that's what I explained at the end of my analysis that I did here, right? Within the different time frames as well, and what we are looking for. No? So 47.3 reach this box. Probabilities increase Elliott wave wise to move up. It's almost like duh, but it's not as much duh because of also the bearish potential, where then preferably you take the low. Now in a bearish scenario, you're looking for wave 1. This can still be a 2 and then a 3 in the bearish scenario. So that is why for a bullish confirmation, you actually want price to go up here to 47.4, 47.3. That would give like more, never like 100% confirmation, but more, it increases the probabilities for upside, right? While in a bearish scenario, this is your invalidation for the bulls, which increases probabilities for a move to the downside. So if you take this low, then you will go into the other scenarios I explained earlier, including also the probabilities. At the moment, we are just ranging. Throughout this move to the downside, we have consistently seen bearish CVD divergences building. All of these have played out except for the latest one. So that means you want to invalidate that one, and at least as a minimum invalidating the bearish CVD. That's a minimum thing, right? And then you're only here at 45.7. So we remain, I should say this different. I remain patient, right? Let the price show what it wants to do. I don't need to catch the low. I don't need to catch the high. I need to catch the couple of percent in between. Right? That's my goal. So I remain very patient, got the plan, got the strat. I know my entry requirements as well, right? I know what I want to see to enter a potential position. I know exactly what I'm looking for. I have 7 check boxes on my piece of paper next to my PC, and then yeah, just check the boxes and then voila. Just enter without thinking. and then do other stuff. I don't manage my trades at all. I know when certain alarms go off. I know when I need to put my stop break even. I know when the TP is hit. I know everything about how I trade, which also gives a lot of patience and a lot of control and calm, like a calm feeling. So the moment I enter a position, I can do everything. I don't have to be behind my PC. I don't follow the ticks of price. I don't look at the chart per se. I don't need that. I can do anything. I have some alarms, and that's it. If we are, of course, looking for this being a wave 1, 2, and 3 continuation, well, if this would be a wave 3, you want to see volume increasing as price moves down, right? If you start to change market structure locally, the probabilities are low. This is going to be a 3. Increasing probabilities, you're going to get a bit of a bounce. Now, this is an area of interest here. We got a bit of resistance right here, 46.5, well, 46.6 kind of, 46.8. However, this resistance here can also still be wave 2 continuation down. So that is why now, because of the price action here, proper patience is, from an Elliott Wave point of view, preferably patience is a bit like is required. So the bullish scenario, right, is that this is your low of Y, 1, 2, continuation up. That's what you're looking for. This is your common target area for your wave 2. We got a bit of a support box below still over here, which is at 43.8, 44.1K. That is the final area of support, also before hitting the 886, which you don't want to see, by the way. And then we're at that low. That's not what you like, right? So this is the bullish scenario. In the bearish one, where is it? This one here? Yeah, bearish one, you're looking for an ending diagonal in your 5. So only wave 2 here is not clean. Your wave 2 is a very awkward 2. So that's not great. But you're looking for 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a wave 5 here in this particular scenario. And then, of course, you're looking for an impulsive structure to the downside. Now, both of these scenarios have certain weaknesses in a way, right? If this is the end of your 5, there's 2 weaknesses here. The first one is your 2. Your 2, in this case, either ends here, which would be incredibly short for a 2, with then a very big 3, which is not nice. But ending wave 2 here, in an ending diagonal, your wave 2 needs to be a zigzag structure. And based on the first move down here, this is arguably already a zigzag. So that means that if we want to end 2 on the right, we need to think about a double zigzag, because a wave 2 is a zigzag, or all the waves in an ending diagonal need to be a zigzag family structure. So a double zigzag is allowed. But in a double zigzag, you don't want to hit the 0.7 Fibonacci, which is this one over here. 1 second, I'll get it for you. Which clearly we have done many times. And in a double zigzag, your wave Y, by far preferably, obviously, is below your wave W, because a double zigzag should be a sharp correction, not a sideways correction. So that lowers the probabilities of this little, like this bit is just, it's not nice, you know what I mean? And the second thing is, if this is your wave 1, it's 1 candle. Commonly, these type of moves would be wave C's and not wave 1s. So that's something that we have in mind. If we turn it around, in a bullish scenario, what is not ideal here is that the highest amount of volume is in the high. You can only have that with an extended fifth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we're looking for a W, W, X, Y. Flat, X, zigzag, Y, and up. That's what you want to see in the bullish scenario. So here, this wave 1 ending on the highest volume is not that common for an impulse, but that would be the only way to count this structure, where preferably your wave 2 is either in or soon in. And you're going to be looking for a move to the upside. So I guess in a way, your bearish scenario is uglier than your bullish scenario. So I suppose in a way that increases probs for the bullish scenario. I mean, it's a very clear invalidation. No? And yeah, you will get more clarity by either taking this low or moving up here. That's when you really get more clarity about what happens next. But yeah, I suppose the bearish scenario with the 2 here is uglier than the bullish scenario. So from a probabilities perspective, I suppose that the bullish one looks better than the bearish one. Yeah. How would you compare the Netherlands to the US? The US is very square. It's all the cities, like in blocks, for example, right? The cars, most of the cars are bigger than in the Netherlands as well. People here tend to have smaller cars in general. Of course, in the Netherlands, you drive 2 hours, you're at the border from left to right, 3 hours maybe max. In the US, that will take you days. Oh, this is a big one, always a topic. In the US, many people have guns. That's something I don't like, by the way. In the Netherlands, that's not the case. Very, 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 very strictly controlled. Anything else? Oh, yeah. I mean, you guys, I guess there's, of course, and then you have some different foods, but yeah. Yeah, that's that. I think those are the first few things I would think about. Someone in my country, thank you, algorithm. Hansi Perez, are you from the Netherlands as well, or you're thinking about anyone here above? So, oh, and by the way, based on the question as well, Sarthak, right? From an Elliott Wave perspective, this low invalidates that bullish scenario, and going up here to the 886 at 47.4 would invalidate the bearish scenario, right? So, from an Elliott Wave point of view as well, right? That those are two important areas to look for. Where are we going? He's got to remain neutral because he's gonna. Well, of course, like I will share the probabilities of scenarios and what to look for, like 47.4 and the low. But what you say is true. The plan and the execution and pushing a button, that's your plan, your strategy. Over here, first things first, you need to invalidate the bearish building CVD that we have all the time. So that's for starters, right? This move down is very, very quick. If you have this as a flat, right? That's quite a big wave W. This is your X and this is your Y. So your Y is relatively short. And currently we are working on a structure like this. Bearish CVD all the time, right? So we want to see some strength, some proof of like, come on. So that is why we remain very patient. Same time. Buenos dias. 100x leverage. What's up, my friend? Cool, what's up? Can I go? I know. Anything can happen. Do you track on USD? I track on USD. Hansi Press. That's also what I trade. I always love explaining building a strategy because I think that's so important. So I do answer it because you want people to learn about what they should do compared to what they are doing. Good job, Luis. That's what I like to hear. Oh man, I really got to also, yeah, the ETF. I would like the fake out there. Grayscale entering are they bad or good? I don't really. I'm not involved with the fundamentals goal. So for me, I have no opinion about Grayscale entering or not entering, because I'm a purely technical trader. So it's I don't really mind any fundamentals. Just to repeat, also guys, send me an email Dobro Pixel, Gustav, Video Kingdom, Errol Suleiman, and Stuba, send me an email. koenstrading@outlook.com. I'll get you sorted. Bogdan, you better thank Mr. Bogdan again. What a guy. What a guy. What would wreck more people? A dump to 35k or a massive pump? Well, because we are already quite high, right? 15.4k, and now we're here at like 46, 45k. What I would like to see with the ETF tonight depends a bit on the structure we get throughout the day still. But what I would love to see is, because the market, this is not Elliott Waves, because the market goes up and up and up all the time, creating higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, there's still a certain bullish sentiment, no? What I would like with the ETF is to make use of that sentiment to pump price first. This is a like. This is not what's going to happen, because I don't know. No one knows. But I would love to see a big pump to accelerate the FOMO, the YOLO, and all that stuff at higher prices, to then turn it around with a massive dump. That's what I like to see. Which then creates a big fake out. If price goes down first with the ETF and you get a big move down, then arguably it can go the other way, right? You first go down and back up, but the probabilities, if you go down and take this low, also with the ETF, probabilities increase. You're gonna go lower. You might retrace and have a bump back up, but the probabilities become a lot lower to take the high here. So, choose fib or fixed volume profile. What is the best chat setting? Normal. Haroon Naik, if you work on timeframes below the daily, then use the linear chart, so the normal. And if you go to a weekly, then I recommend log. This Bogdan. Pleasure, Elo Silman. Christoph Domagala, thank you for the answer. I'm starting very slow and I will not hype. That's the right answer. Thank you for going live again. I love your content, so much to learn. Welcome, Flight Vision. Happy to help, man. Happy to help. So much to learn, I know. Elliott Waves is a lot of theory. Tof, what are you doing? How are you doing? We have bearish divergence on the daily time frame. So probably on the RSI, you mean. The thing with the RSI is it can okay, here we go. So with RSI, it can be sometimes quite difficult to know exactly what high is the turnaround. That's mainly because it's a momentum indicator, and you see a divergence in wave 4s and 5s. So if you have a 1, 2, 1, so wait. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, wait. 1, 2, let a bit more accurate. 1, 2, 1, 2. Then you get the push in wave 3, right? And then you get this stuff where you have like 4, 5, 4, 5, 4, 5. The problem with RSI is that you will see a bearish divergence here, right? Arguably, you see one on the lower time frame here. You get a bit of a move, okay, but then you go back up. Bearish divergence here, bit of a move. Okay, but you go back up and take the high again. More bearish divergence, bit move down. Oh, look, another bearish divergence. Oh, and this is actually the move. That's a bit of a thing with RSI. It depends on also, again, the time frame you're working on. Because you can have multiple 1-2s, but every 1-2 needs a wave 4-5. And on RSI, what you want to see in an impulse is a divergence between the 4 and the 5. The thing is that if you have multiple 1-2s, you're going to get multiple 4-5s, which means that price is going to continue to climb while RSI is going to continue to create lower highs. So therefore, it's quite difficult to know exactly what high is going to be the turnaround high. So that's why you have to manage positions very well, because a wave 5 can still be quite a long structure as well. So I suppose I generally would still recommend using other stuff as well to get a better idea, like for example CVD, because CVD shows market orders, buying and selling live in the market. So it's a direct. What's that? It's not a lagging indicator. You see it What happens now is what you see now, basically. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely a useful tool. RSI, stochastic, MACD. Sudarshan, hi, I'm from India. Welcome. I'm from the Netherlands. Good to see you. My name is Koen. Crypto G, first time on the channel here. I have to say I like how you take your time to answer questions and doing it calm and respectful. You got a new sub. What's up, Crypto G? Welcome here. Appreciate your comment as well. I try to, there will be probably a time where I'm going to struggle with the amount of comments if the channel gets too big. So then it's probably going to go to more like skimming. But I will always try at least to take time to answer questions. So yeah, it's a pleasure. Welcome here as well, man. Press Alt plus I. Is that that's the inverse, right? Yeah. Can you check the 1 min chart? That's not really my time frame. I am a much more 15-minute type of guy. That's also the time frame I trade myself. It's very difficult to, yeah, we have a bit of a bounce, but it's difficult to know on such a low time frame what's up. Like, for example, on a 15, you still have bearish CVD. You need to take this high. Arguably, you now need to go higher, actually. This high now. Almost 46K. Because of the bearish CVDs building. Let's see. Yeah, nothing going on CVD locally. And the thing with a 1 minute chart is so the lower time frame you go, the more difficult it becomes to do. So Elliott waves for me, then the minimum is 15 really. I always try to avoid lower because there's so much happening on a 1 minute and it changes so quick. And it's not always as great like the waves and structures compared to a bit higher time frame. So yeah, it's difficult to say anything about this here. Of course, we know what I am looking for, right? And we have the bearish CVD, so yeah. Will Bitcoin, BTC will be up? Maybe. Maybe not. That, of course, is something that you can only, that's the thing, right? We can't speak in certainties. We can only speak in probabilities. So if you have a clear plan and a clear strategy, and you know what you're looking for, and the probabilities for your strategy are in favor of a move to the upside, and you stick to your plan, and your plan says enter for a long, you enter a long. If your plan now says enter a short, because your probabilities of your strategy are higher for a short, you stick to your plan and you go short. That's the way. I call Elon, yeah. Let me just call him quickly. What's up, Ave Medina? How you doing, man? Or I always say man because it's so automatic, but of course I don't know who's on the other side. I should just say, what's up, Ave Medina? How you doing? John, what's up? What's up, John? Welcome. How is your? Wait, let me have a look. Is John's awake? Let's see. You guys are always so behaved. Honestly, in Discord, I can't even remember the last time I had to remove something. Like, it's such a well-behaved and such an active community. It's amazing. And it's not me, it's you. I didn't do anything, I just share some stuff, but yeah, I love to see. I always read everything in Bitcoin TA. I'm a bit less involved with Altcoin TA and others because I don't really trade it, but I do skim it, usually in the evening. So, holy moly, gotta answer some questions here, it seems. What's going on here? And I have to answer Papa Live as well. But with my fitness, with the fitness plan. Pleasure, Aviator. I like the question. Well, we can, what's price doing? Nothing. So yeah, in the video, CVD is an interesting tool, right? So there's many things to learn about CVD, but you had a triple bearish CVD here. 1, 2, 3. The first one played out. Price moved to the downside, right? Lower high on price locally, higher high on the CVD played out. I will show it on the AGGR chart in a second. Then price bounced back up. More bearish CVD. Played out as well. But the second CVD does have lower probabilities than the first CVD to play out. Divergence, right? And then you have the third one, which again lowers the probabilities that this divergence will play out. This is just based on statistics. So if we go to the 15, and there. So you can see the high here on yellow, right? That's the high of the range. Lower high on price, higher high on yellow, bearish CVD. Played out because price took this low. That's the minimum target for CVD. That's the target. So played out. Price bounces, but the yellow line here is still ranging above this high. So you still have bearish CVD, also more locally here again, by the way, but also with this high. Second CVD. And then price comes back up here. And it is these yellow lines here are still above this high, as you can see. That's the third time. Now, arguably, the second one had an internal CVD, bearish one, lower high, higher high. So that was a first time. Played out by taking this low. And then eventually the bigger CVD played out by taking this low. But the more CVDs you get with the same pivot, the lower the probabilities of that particular CVD playing out. Doesn't mean it can't play out. It just means the probabilities decrease of it playing out. And that is what happened with the third one here. I probably have to answer him in Discord as well, because I'm not sure if Mateus is here. But that would be an answer. Quick little in between. No worries, Papa Live. Lots of patience, calm. What's up, Abaddon? Wake up to low 47Ks to fill some of the scam wick. Then we go down. Ah, you mean this wick here? Yeah, we still have there's a little gap here, right? You fill the gap as well. That's where the target box is. Bit of resistance here, no? 46.6, 46.8, couple of confluences coming together. Togatoni, how are you? If you do altcoins at the moment, I would like you to make account on a shitcoin. No, not at the moment. Wait, that's not in my title, right? It shouldn't be. But, Togatoni, are you there tonight? Send me this in gold. Send this in the gold feedback and Q&A channel, so that tonight in the live stream, during the gold and the feedback and Q&A channel, I can have a look. Because now we observe what Bitcoin does. So send it to me in Discord. US 2 parties, Netherlands 13. Exactly. That's also true. My son is traveling in the Netherlands right now from the US. Where is he at? It's not a big country. Probably he starts in Amsterdam. I mean, who doesn't? It's kind of like you first do Amsterdam and then maybe you do the rest. Oh, you're Dutch? Do you live in Amsterdam? That's like first thing, right? Oh, you're from France? Do you live in Paris? Oh, you're from the Netherlands? Do you use drugs? Weed, that is. Weed, I should say weed. No, I don't, though. It's usually mainly the tourists. Because it's allowed, so they visit the country and they try it out. Of course, there's the nationals as well, but not me. But it's very often, when you walk in Amsterdam, you'll see it's a lot of tourists trying. American trying to find a way in the Netherlands now. Oh, there you go. Greetings from Maastricht. My parents were there last weekend. Great city as well. Enjoy Maastricht. Very, very close to also Belgium, Germany, of course, and Luxembourg. US, 52 states, Netherlands, 12 provinces, each the size of some US cities. I know, right? Netherlands is a small little country, but we love it. Mike is pumping the facts. 1/20th in population, 10 times better soccer team. I think that's also true. No, I actually don't know what the ranking is. The Netherlands, I think, is not performing that great, but I don't really follow soccer or football. It's a pleasure, Papa. Lots of trading. No, it's just the way I am. In the end, it's just the way it is. Is it time to sell alt? Right below the comment of Papa. Love to see it. It is time to sell if your plan tells you it is time to sell. It is time to buy if your plan tells you it is time to buy. So, my friend, you need a plan. And earlier in the live stream, I mentioned the steps very shortly. We need a buy. Guys, is there a... I need to Google this. Can I use Nightbot YouTube Live? Cool. I'm going to get Nightbot so that we can get an exclamation mark that says strategy or something like that. And then you get some steps. 1, gifted adrenaline. So you need a plan. You need to build a plan. 1, try all the tools, the free tools in TradingView. 2, find your favorites, build statistics. 3, combine them, build statistics. 4, tweak and adjust the strategy to improve it. 5, start trading with low budget, work on your trading psychology. 6, up your budget and be long-term profitable. Yasin, I'm doing very well. Thank you. Welcome, man. I sent you a DM in Discord. Okay. I'll check it out. Thanks, Luis Rivera. Goedemiddag. Hoop voor goedkeuring vandaag. Ja, dat is de vraag, hè. Daar wacht iedereen op. Haroon Nike, what's up? How you doing? What wave are we in? Either a wave 2 or a wave, arguably, 2 or 3. For the bullish scenario, you want to see a 2 here. For the bearish scenario, you could have either a 3 or one more up to finish a 2 and then down. So both of the scenarios, but we know what we're looking for. We look for either the low here, 43.2 or 47.4, to be more precise. And we constantly have the bearish CVDs building locally here as well. So you either want to see this invalidated, or if price takes the low here, then we're going to touch this support area probably, 43.8, 44.1. And hopefully, at least that's if you are bullish, you want to see proof of support, whatever that is, of course, for you. Candlestick patterns, volume, a bounce and CVD divergences, RSI, stochastic, MACD. Depends on the plan. No? What is the current trend exactly? And what would be expected for ETF? I mean, the current trend depends on the time frame you're looking at. On the 5-minute, we're bearish. On the daily, we're bullish. So it kind of depends on, of course, what you're looking for. And of course, yeah, so from an Elliott Wave perspective, we're at very important levels on the chart because there's the potential for bigger drops to the downside between the 46 and the 55. And there is an argument as well where this could be your end of 5, which I showed in the analysis to at least talk about it. Probability-wise, it's actually this low invalidates a bullish scenario here. At least lowers the probabilities. It's an invalidation for a 1-2 up, but you arguably still have a bigger diagonal potentially. That's going to be the moment you take this low, the bullish scenario will become a big diagonal. That's we already know. It just lowers the probabilities. And if you move up first to 47.4, we could look for higher. All good. Gary, crazy the market, Dodge to the moon, Helicat, Scat Pack, Big Rex. I felt like I was rapping when I said it. You said you have your paper with your checkboxes and when to enter. Can you list them? Can you explain when you exactly would enter? Now, this is, of course, very easy because it skips the process of developing your own plan or strategy. Unfortunately, CD-ROM, which is a name I really like, makes me think of the old school stuff. I will not share that publicly. The only place I do is in Diamond, where the diamonds that are here, like Justin as well, Lucas was here earlier, maybe there's others watching, lurking. They can trade my strat, or I help them, or they develop their own strat, which I also have stuff for. So, yeah. But it's not a signals place. So I do share setups also in Diamond, but it is very much about learning still. When people would look for signals, then this is not the right place. You also won't be long-term profitable with signals, by the way. That is, again, shortcutting the process. So if people want to learn more about the way I trade and the entry requirements and all that stuff, then it's in Diamond, the Diamond membership. Because if you put years in developing something that works, yeah, you can't just put it like ta-da, So yeah, if people are really dedicated, then that is the place to be. Or of course, they develop their own strategy either by themselves, or they can get help in Diamond as well. I have demo. I $20 deposit in Bearish, and my real account is now 0. Okay. Yeah, depends on your plan. I don't recommend demo accounts. I would prefer to put like 5, 10, or $20 in a real account, because of you don't train your emotional state with a demo account. The thing is, with the 20, you have to trade like you have 200K, but you have to make the plan and the strategy. But if you trade demo, you don't train your psychology because it's not your money. So it's very easy to over leverage and lose like a lot while it's not your money. So that's why I prefer using very, very, very low budgets at the beginning. The lower you can make your intuition fee, because you decide yourself what you pay to learn to be a profitable trader. Step 1 is surviving in the market. So if you start with low budget, not over leveraging, and try to learn the art of trading, only then can you up the budget if you got yourself a plan and a strat. But if you trade with real money, but low, you at least train your psychology, which also means trading greed. Because usually people with very low budgets, not usually, I mean, it's common to see people with low account sizes over leverage, over risk, and blow accounts, and then put the next 20 in, and the next 20, and the next 20. And what then happens is they don't have control of their emotions. They don't have control of their greed. They want to make a lot of money with the $20 account. But at the beginning, it's not about making money. At the beginning, it's about experience and making a plan. And the money, we don't focus on the money. We focus on building the plan and getting experience in the market and survival. And then later, when we got the plan, that is when we up the budget slowly to get used to the losses and the wins with forward testing. And then we become long-term profitable. And I've gone through all of these stages. Like the steps that I mentioned to become a profitable trader, the only reason I know it works is because it worked for me, right? It got me to where I am today in my trading. And I have the Excel sheet where I tracked statistics about all the tools that I found interesting. I have Excel sheets where I have statistics about the combination of the tools, right? I have lived through all of these phases. I have gone through my psychology as well and worked on it, and still work on it as well, because my analysis, my technicals are good. It's just, if I make a mistake, it's always psychological. It's not technical. It's always psychological. So I rarely make those mistakes. But if I do, psychological. So yeah. Always go up and down. Yeah, it's possible it's already priced in. I would expect a reaction still. Priced in or not, we probably gonna notice something. Either priced in or not priced in. I can't really imagine we would continue going sideways. Either a big wick up or down, and maybe then sideways. I can imagine. My friends were visiting Amsterdam from Kazakhstan. Are you from Kazakhstan, Asanova? Yeah, Amsterdam it's a popular destination to visit. Netherlands is the best football country that has never won a World Cup. I know. Oh man, the statistic. Shit, we got so close. I love I really like it if the Netherlands get far. They got a great style, especially in the past. But yeah. Asanov, what esports were you in? Trackmania. Trackmania is definitely not the biggest game. It's growing now. But it got me where I am today. And because of Trackmania, I am very much involved and have high positions in the gaming and esports industry. Because of Trackmania and playing that game and building a network. I mean, I'm in that scene and in esports and gaming since... Well, actually, I should say in esports since 2006. And I was a professional in 2007 when my parents signed the contract because I was 15 years old. And because of the career, the network, I then got opportunities. And yeah, now I'm a global keynote speaker, speaking about the industry, parents and gaming children, other stuff across the world. I have my own educational startup business, and YouTube just it was never planned, but it just happened to fly last year when I started the channel because I got questions about Elliott Waves. So I made a bit of a plan for the channel and then try to help people and answer those questions as well. And now we are at, I don't know how many subs, 6 point something. Yeah, what the fuck. GSLG, maybe make a short titled 6 Commandments of Trading by Koons. GSLG, have you by any chance read The Millionaire Fastlane Unscripted or The Great Rat Race? Or is this just an accidental usage of commandments? The word commandments. I'm curious now. But yes, that might be an idea, indeed. Mike Robb, not sure if you've covered this. I was surprised that the fake news yesterday only drove price to 48. Oh, we almost reached it, yeah. A pump of less than 2K from where the price was. The price on Gen 2nd moved more than that. Oh, that was here, either the move, no? Gen 2nd was here, but yeah, down or up here. Yeah, it's not a big move. It was very quick. But, it's just a lot of volatility, volume coming in. So, of course, emotions in the market start rising. But I agree, Mike, with what you say. So, it's a small move. And with the ETF, I would expect a reaction. And I would probably very much wait for a range during that volatility if that happens, because I wouldn't expect price to just go sideways. I would expect, this would be my ideal scenario, basically what we saw here, but then on a bigger scale. This is not Elliott Waves. This is just what I would love to see is a big push up followed by a big candle down. Or if you do get the candle up, look, this is what I think would... No, this would maybe even be better. Not Elliott Wave related. Partly, but not at what price is doing at the moment. What I would love to see is, because the trend is to the upside, I will add more to what I've said previously. The big trend is to the upside. So you can imagine people are heavy leveraged long. I don't know what the Moon Boys are saying at the moment because I don't watch them. But I can imagine they are talking already about 500k Bitcoin coming, right? Probably next month. So what I really would like to see with that ETF stuff is I would love to see a big push up. But instead, I suppose, instead of moving down immediately, right? I think it would be even better to range. This looks like the ice cream that you serve at Christmas. And then what I then would love to see is a wick, wave 5, and then you move down. You get a big push up, so people FOMO and YOLO in this range and during the move up. FOMO, FOMO, YOLO, YOLO, all-time highs, or the Moon Boys, or the move up, down, wrecked. That's what I would like to see. I don't enjoy seeing people wrecked, right? I mean, that would be insensible as well. But generally, general market behavior would suggest that can happen. And that would be my preferred scenario, I suppose, regarding the ETF, which would then play in the hand of course, the bullish scenario. But, you know, we need a bit more price action, I suppose. But yeah, that would be very nice. Will you explain your planned strategy for today, tonight? With the ETF. I mean, I don't trade news. And this is just my thinking. I would love to see price pushing up further before the drop with the ETF to fake out, grab liquidity, get people YOLO, FOMO, and then come down. Which is not related necessarily to what happens here locally, but that would be very nice. Of course, this drop, we are now ranging here for a little bit, right? The longer we range here, the higher the probability we're going to move up, arguably to the box here. And if you look for wave 3, you want to pass it, no? What's up, Wati? How do I get the Diamond membership? There should be a join button below the live stream, and then you get more info, and I explain a little bit about what all the different levels have. Yeah, then you can just click on join there, and then you'll see the different levels and stuff, and the what's inside. And I also show it in the video a little bit. And if it's not on your phone, if you watch on a phone, it might be on your PC, because sometimes apparently the button doesn't appear on the phone, but it's on the PC, or it's not on the PC, but it appears on the phone. It's really weird. Can you upload your Excel as a mock-up? That's what I've done as well in Diamond. So I can't like this is really advanced stuff, right? This is stuff where, you know, this is the real building the strategy stuff. So building statistics, I did it in Excel. You can use anything, of course, but yeah. Cardano, will it reach 0.6 in the upcoming weeks? I will write it. It's already 4 p.m. so we're not going to do altcoins, but I am planning a big altcoin stream. I don't think this weekend yet, though. Maybe. No, definitely not on Saturday. Maybe Sunday. But yeah, we're planning a big altcoin stream, though. Which esports? Trackmania. How to use Elliott Waves? I mean, of course, it starts with learning about Elliott Waves as well. And learning Elliott Waves, there's free sources in the description, 2 links, Elliott Wave Detailed and Elliott Wave More Info. Those will guide you to public pages that I used as well to learn more. And by, of course, then learning more about Elliott Waves, you will be better in assessing the probabilities as well, and using that. Using Elliott waves also in your trading, because you know where to look for invalidations and more confirmations, which will help you. So it starts with studying, and the free links in the description. For more guidance, you can check the gold membership. There's a course there. But I always recommend to start with the free stuff. Roberto Pinto. How you doing, man? Easy market these days. It's been quite interesting price action. That's for sure. Trackmania, ETH. We've done ETH earlier in the live stream. Either when a diagonal is invalidated at 2600, a leading diagonal, so then the 121212 is left, which means that if you do reject at the point of control at 2613, you really want a corrective move down and then a big volume impulse up. If you don't get that, then ETH, the move up from the low, is very much a corrective structure, which increases probabilities then to go down. So it really depends on the reaction. But ETH preferably moves towards 2600. We're in the bigger value area of, I think, 2021. Track what? Mania. Yeah. Just accidental, I see. Yeah, the 6 commandments of Kuhn. Yeah. I always repeat it. Should think about using a command for that, yeah. Oh wait, YouTube membership does not exist. Oh, I see. So I do have a Patreon, but it's all locked. It's just an in case. But you can always send me a DM on Discord if you're interested. So you can always send a message there. Yo, Daryl, there he is. Daryl in the comment section always writes "sir." It's so kind way of writing. Sir Anderson, it's good to catch you live. What's up? How you doing? GSLG, crazy mention apparently tweeted 530k by his stock to flow model after 2024 halving. Yeah, but it will still, of course, take a very long time before price might get close to getting there. Look, the thing is, I remember all of the Mooney boys talking about 100k BTC, 200, 300, 500. You remember when we were at 50k last time, 60k? Oh boy, did I enjoy when price went down to 30k. It's typical. So, you know, and with the stock to flow model, I do think there's a certain amount of truth in the model, but he also changes the model every time price does something that doesn't work in the model. You know what I mean? So it's just adjusting the strategy. Generally, from a DCA perspective, yeah, also with traditional markets, very long term, price tends to move to the upside. However, are you going to hodl your ass from 69k to 15.4k because stock to flow? I prefer to exit at 55 and enter again at 25. I don't need to catch the high or the low and get out at the high exactly. But I prefer using, you know, and then re-add, for example. I got wrecked in 2021. Yeah, but that's understandable. So I started in January 2021. The first channels I saw on YouTube were the Moon Boys. Holy shit! Obviously, like that was a mistake. But yeah, I know what they spoke about. I know that whole experience, and I know the absolute bullshit as well. It's the beautiful game of the Moon Boys, right? Those are the people. They grow their channels with hype, the big face, with the open mouth. They try to open their mouth each new thumbnail 1 millimeter further. You know, I don't know. Maybe they use a system to like extend the muscles. You know, so they can make even a bigger mouth for the next thumbnail. And yeah, use a bit more contrast as well when making the thumbnail. So the colors are more exploding. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then draw people in. Oh, and they talk very exciting, right? They talk like their energy is on 200%. Oh, and Bitcoin will do this. And they talk in certainties. They don't talk in probabilities. Oh, and very high, like high pace, high volume, very hyped. I bet those people are like, I guess when I meet them, they're great. They're great people as persons. But what they do on YouTube is rubbish. It you know, but it fills their bags. So if that's the way they wanna, if they are happy doing that, then it's fine. No? I'm more of a calm guy, I suppose. I don't really have that style. But if they, you know, their channels are, I don't know, probably reaching 1 million, maybe they're already past. I have no idea. I haven't checked them out in so long. But it's what grabs the attention, and the clicks will translate into subs. It's just a bit unfortunate that many people also get wrecked because of it. I think that the other day, there's also a YouTube channel that shows the predictions and then what happened when they made the prediction, and then what happened. And they also show when they removed a video from YouTube, or they changed the title after their prediction was wrong. They change it, and you know, all that stuff. That's the content I do like to watch. Yeah, it's so true. I've been wrecked many times in the past, taking it very seriously. Yeah, slow down, take it easy, build a strat. I know Visa. It's just the thing, right? Let's have a look. What's up? What's up on YouTube nowadays? Okay. So we go to let's just start with Bitcoin. Okay, this is pretty good. This is not bad. Yo, oh wow, so clickbait this guy. Oh my, oh wait, that's me. Okay, this is pretty decent. Not too. Here we start to see a little mouth opening, but it's not too bad. Oh my goodness gracious, this guy. Oh yeah, here, look, Bitcoin to 2 million. There you go. Now we're starting. Yeah. Let's see. It's usually also the thumbnails where they put the dollar amount in the thumbnail. 100K, 200K, 500K. It's actually not bad. I have no idea anymore. Oh, here, 100x next. Oh yeah, same with the altcoin stuff as well. This guy hodled his way to still 2024, eh? What a legend. Okay, it's not bad. Where's the Moon Boys? Maybe because I have not watched a single video of them, they just don't appear in my timeline anymore. They're like filtered out. I don't know what to look for anymore to find Moon Boys. In the past, I knew. The moment you search for Bitcoin, you couldn't see anything else than them. Oh yeah, yeah. 600K almost for the Moon. Who was the other guy? So the Moon was one of them. Who was the other guy? Started with an M. The MM crypto dude. Yeah. I mean, look, this guy he's probably an amazing person or a fun dude in real life. But we can we can create memes as well, you know. Yeah. Call the moon. I bet he's like, that's the thing. It's just, I suppose, the way they do business is not really my style. But, you know, they can be incredible, friendly people. But, yeah. oh, yeah. Crypto. Yes, Crypto, yeah. That's the other dude. By the way, Daryl, thanks, man. Shoot, look at you go. I appreciate I guess the blue color is a donation. I don't know, it's the first time I see a blue color. Usually it's green, but green is gifted stuff. So I guess it's like a donation on Twitch, I guess. Thanks, Daryl, man. I appreciate it. That's very kind of you. Sir Anderson. Yeah, I know, right, Glitch. That's right. Do you think? That was, of course. Or is this a serious question? Actually, no. Do you think Bitcoin is going up this year to over 60K? I think the probabilities are not high for that to happen. I would prefer Bitcoin to range between, let's say, 55-ish and 30-ish this year. Actually, in the analysis, in the very beginning of the live stream, I actually went over the macro and the high time frame, both bullish and bearish scenario. But in the bullish scenario, that I would look for a big range. So that could be very interesting from a swing trader's perspective. The 50 to 58K area, and then back towards like the 35K area. And maybe then back up again to, you know, so yeah, it can definitely be interesting. 1.618 from all-time high. Well, there you go. Did some analysis. Aviatur, what's up? How you doing? A little bit of confluence. I also have resistance boxes above the all-time high, which is based on Fibonacci's. Yeah. Yeah. That's how I started. You know, definitely not denying. That's how I started as well. Till I got more experience, and then I found better channels. So, yeah, thanks, Louis. I have to say, Jason Cosper is right many times with this type of. You always catch a high or low somehow. I don't know who he is, but he's not one of the names that I recognize as a moon boy, because that's more like the Da Vinci dude, Crypto, as someone just mentioned. Yes, and to the moon, or the moon. Oh yeah, Crypto Rover. I'm also familiar with that. But I started my crypto journey back in the day. Obviously, you don't learn anything there. But I started on YouTube with the Crypto, the Moon, and Da Vinci. Till the moment I actually got experience and learned stuff. That's when I found other channels and continued my learning. I trade mid to long term. Listening to you talk about how calm you are when entering a position is inspiring. I hope to get there someday. At this point, I'm more of a gambler than a trader. Practice, my friend, and experience. You will get there. The thing is, the more data you have about your plan and strategy and the tools, the more confidence you get. I actually spoke about this in a video in the Discord only channel here. It's quite an old video already, 22nd of April. But track statistics to counter emotions. I'm very much a believer in tracking statistics to counter greed, fear, and all that stuff. Because based on stats, you can develop a strat, and then the strategy, you just have to execute it. Because all of your data is recorded, so you can eventually execute. But if you then don't follow your plan based on emotions, all of the data, all of the months, if not years of collecting data, you throw it out the way because you can't cope with the fear of losing and that sort of stuff. You know what I mean? So the more data you have, the better it is for your mentality when trading as well, because you get more confidence. If you have solid data, you know your strategy works, and this is the amount of setups a month, this is the win rate, this is, all that stuff. You get confidence in your trading because of data. So the emotions go down. And that is the stage where I am. And arguably many of the diamonds as well. Bitcoin. Oh, I don't know that one. What are people's predictions of Bitcoin this year? Sorry. Ooh. Where will Bitcoin be at year's end? Now that's an interesting question. It's very difficult, even with Elliott Waves, to predict price a year in advance. Uh, 10th of January. Where would Bitcoin be at the end of the year? It depends a little bit if we get to the macro bullish or macro bearish scenario, I suppose. But I would think at the end of the year, I'm thinking now about the scenarios. Uh, 30-40K, around 40. Because if we like it, of course, price moves very slow still. I mean, some 15-minute chart, yeah, but on a weekly. So what I'm thinking about here to answer that question, no, is this for your bull. Now that, of course, will take time. It took us a year to get up here. Let's see, November, December. Yeah, so this was Jan, first week, and then now we're here. So that's arguably a very big year. But we ranged here for a long time, and I can't imagine we just push through. So my probabilities are a lot higher to continue this range in 2024. In a bullish scenario, you don't want to see a bigger 4, another 5, and then a retracement in 2. Corrections can take longer as well, which then ends up being around the 30-40K area, basically in the lower side of this range. Or in the middle, if you already had the bounce. While in a bearish scenario, you're looking for a wave C, and arguably you could be lower, but then you look for an impulse down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like here, which then of course would lead to much lower. Everything you went up last year is then giving in the next. So in a bullish scenario, I would expect somewhere around the 38-ish, 40-ish. And in a bearish scenario, we then have A, B, C. You look for it to end eventually. But if this is a 5, 3 and you look for another 5, wave C can either be slower than A or shorter. It's usually not really the one-to-one. So, yeah. But then you would probably expect it to be more towards the lower end. Or even below. So in a bullish scenario, probably I'm thinking about 40-ish. In a bearish scenario, I mean, we still need time. If we do move to higher prices, it will take probably some weeks. 40 bull, 20 bear. Oh. Something like this. Thanks again, Anderson. What are your thoughts on OP? I don't do altcoins at the moment, but we will do a big altcoin stream coming up. I still have to announce it. When did you start live streaming? Today? 3 hours and 13 minutes ago. I think we had a lag spike. I think we had a lag spike just now. I think I just noticed. I don't know why. Now it says excellent connection again, but I think we had a little spike there. I hope you're still here. If not, maybe I have to refresh. I will see it by the comments. But yeah, 3 hours, 30 minutes ago. I'm gonna quit soon because I need to do other stuff. Yeah, I love the power tower though. And I went to the gym this morning to work on my upper back. Yes, in a Bitcoin dumps under 40K, how long would it take to reach 50? Probably a couple of months. Highest probability, yeah, that will be to reach 50 in the bullish scenario. If we're looking for a wave 4 higher time frame, if we move down to below 40 and we look for a higher degree wave 4, preferably it then ends after the 6th of March, which then is still 3 months away, and then you still need to go back up as well. So I would say minimum 3 to 6 months. What is happening on the chart? What is that candle? Hello? Since when is why is everything laggy? 1 second, I'm gonna refresh. I don't know what's my internet doing. Everything should still be smooth, no? It's loading all the TA now. Holy moly, what's this lag? What's happening? Is everything still okay with the stream? Or are we dying here? Maybe, I don't know. It's very, very, very laggy. Wow, that was crazy. Okay, so we got 1 minute. Is the stream still okay, by the way, guys? Stream is good, okay. Bitcoin taking all the internet, yeah, I guess. Holy shit. Okay, thanks, guys. No spikes on your chart. Interesting. My mouse is normal again, so I don't know. Interesting times, interesting times. Oh, what the hell? I heard about him. I mean, it's kind of, because I'm in the industry already for a couple of years, I kind of know most of them. I have a question about TradingView. Which membership are you using? I think the Pro, the Essential. The first one, because I wanted to set more alarms, but I don't need all the other stuff that TradingView offers. So I think I have the Essential one, yeah. Pretty sure, the cheapest one. I mean, I don't need the Pro and all that stuff because I'm not going to use it. So that's the reason why, yeah. I don't know anything about altcoins, to be honest. So I'm actually not bullish or bearish on any because I don't trade altcoins. So I'm not an investor. So I mean, not in that really. So I wouldn't really know. But if Bitcoin, of course, moves in a bull market, then yeah, arguably the altcoins will also move to all-time highs. I can imagine. Yeah. 43068 was what you wrote down. I see, that would be below this low here. That would be interesting. Machine about YouTube. Greetings. May I ask what you think of the 4-year theory? I'm not sure if I know the theory. I'm a big noob regarding fundamentals of Bitcoin and those type of cycles and stuff. I'm not familiar really with the 4-year theory, actually. So you need to explain to me. So I don't have an opinion. I wouldn't know. This is the thing, as I'm just a trader, you know. Yeah. KD Link, it's much more bullish than ETH. At the moment, I don't do the altcoins. I also have to go soon, and we'll see where price is at 7 p.m. For the update. And then arguably I go live tonight if we get the ETF stuff coming. Adam Troin, what's up? How you doing? From Australia. Beautiful. What's up, perse? It went to commercial. I see. I thought you went off after realizing you were live for 3 hours. No, I always say bye if I do. Just so that you know, I've been loving these live streams recently. Thanks, Bruno Castro. Happy you like them. Happy you enjoy them. I guess there's mixed opinions, but that's why I combine, I don't know, but I guess, combine the videos with the live stream as well. But thanks. I'm happy you like it. Hope you enjoy it. In the macro bullish scenario, how is wave 3 possible if it doesn't meet the one? It's not a rule. The 1.618 is a guideline. The rule for wave 3 is that it can't be the shortest wave in an impulse. So either wave 1 or wave 5 has to be shorter than wave 3. And that is the main rule. And of course, the wave 3 needs to have an internal 5-wave count as well. But the rule is that wave 3 needs to be either longer than wave 1 or longer than wave 5. There's no rule where wave 3 has to hit the 1.618. The 1.618 is a common target. And then you have extension as well. But it's not a rule. So that's some good info. Yeah, man, I'm still live. I know. Thanks, everyone. Bit of lag and stuff. Yeah, I don't know why. They don't have 2FA activated. Elon Musk, what a mistake. 136 people hit the likes. Thanks, Luis Rivera. I mean, it's been quite insane. So I don't even know how many likes we have. Can I see that somewhere? 170. I see. And in total, there has been, it says views, and there has been 3.3k views. But I guess that's also the same people coming in and out at times. So I'm not sure what the number represents. Let's get it to 50 at least. That's possibly. Oh, I paid 184, the best TV package on Black Friday. Only time I renew. Yeah, it's a good moment. I also looked at the Black Friday packages, but at the same time, it then draws me in to pay for more while I'm not going to use it. So I was like, yeah, I'll put the money elsewhere, I suppose. Okay. Oh, Plan B. Another guy. He's Dutch as well. What do you think about the ETF? Preferably with the market structure we have and the current higher time frame trend, I would love, this is no analysis, I would love a big push up, a big candle, then range a bit to grab more liquidity because people are FOMOing and YOLOing and all that good stuff. Get a range in a wave 4, then 5, wick the highs, and then go back down and let everyone, let the stop losses be hit. That is what I would look for. So not doing altcoins at the moment though. In April, the amount of mining can only get half the old amount every 4 years. I see. I don't know also with how much is mined, what the costs are. For me, it's like easy life. I'm just focused on the chart, and I don't know anything about other stuff. I'm from Korea. Just letting you know that everything built whole are about to dump all of them at 4.7k today. Okay. Now, if that is your plan, then I hope that you put all your, no, I'm not going to say that, all your savings and stuff, that you have a incredibly big short position running. So you back up your statement. Yeah, the CVD doesn't look great, but it might be leading. Because if we would be in an impulse to the downside, 1, 2, and looking for a 3, this range is already starting to be quite long now. Of course, we still have, oh, this chart actually looks better than my Coinbase chart. No idea why. We also now have a potential green candle while CVD moves down. That's an in candle bullish CVD divergence. You can see red candle forming. So we might actually turn things around and look for a bit more uppy. Over here on yellow 3-minute green candles, but CVD on yellow moves down. But of course, the thing is, you want to actually see the high here being taken as well. But if we're looking for a 3, then of course these type of ranges, that it breaks the strong potential trend that you like to see in the 3, which then slowly, the longer price ranges, the higher the probabilities, you're going to move to this box here and then observe the reaction for either continuation or the rejection. And that depends again on the plan that someone has and the way of trading. What do we have here? Nothing. Like generally, price moving sideways, CVD moving up. First things first is taking the local high. Why is my chart so weird here? I should ignore the wicks. No idea why that's the case. Of course, you first want to take these highs. Was that one already taken? Yeah, that's a start. And, you know, take that as well. So basically, the longer price ranges here, the higher the sorry, it's my throat, man. It's still itchy. The longer price ranges here, the higher the probabilities become to look for a bit of a bounce. We still have interesting support down here, though, which I think would be very interesting to hit if we can get these bearish CVD divergences to play out. Because in a wave Y, right, in the bullish scenario, that would be interesting. 786 is also there, but you don't want to hit the 886. So we got the bearish divergences. These are the bigger ones. So you definitely want to see these invalidated. So, okay. Okay, interesting. Yeah. If ETF approval imminent, then is this the start of a sell-off? Well, Anoop, what I would prefer is, of course, depends a bit on what we see locally, not related to Elliott waves, right? This is just personal preference. What I would love to see would be a big push, FOMO, YOLO, people adding, talk about all-time high, talk about 500K next, blah, 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 blah. Range here for a while, more YOLO, more FOMO. Oh, look, I still have some time to get in before it pumps. I'm not missing out just yet. Grab the highs, grab the liquidity, whee, and then we go down. That is what I would really enjoy to see. And it makes sense from an Elliott Wave point of view. If we can get the bullish scenario working locally, then you have your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down. So that the push can be the start of a 3. But of course, we local price action. So yeah, that would be something that I think would be incredible. Because in a bullish scenario, if this is your 2 in a WXY, you want your 4 to be longer as well. So you can have a very quick push, get a long 4. And the longer 4 is, the more people start to doubt. The more they also start, oh, we're already so long at whatever, 50 something K. We're already ranging here for so long. It's building support. I don't know what the arguments are. But then you do this. Yeah. I should, yeah, that would be something that I would look for, because I don't think the probabilities are very low to just continue up and completely forget about this range where we've been in for a year. So I think we will respect the range. We can have deviations moving above and below, but I think 2024 could be quite a rangy year, but the range is just a very big year, just like 2021. Okay, everyone, I'm gonna take a break because possibly tonight we're gonna be live again with the ETF stuff. I think it's like 10 p.m. So let's see if I can be live at maybe 9. I do have other stuff to do, so I can't guarantee. Well, I kind of can because I actually want to go live. I also have the gold member stream tonight. I have the video at 7 p.m. So holy moly, you're going to be thrown with content. So yeah, that's the plan for today. 7 p.m. new update. Let's see what price gives us locally, no? And then I have the gold membership stream till, I don't know what, 8, 9, probably 8:30, I guess. And then maybe around 9:30, I can go live, and then we can try and catch some reaction between 10 and 11 p.m. So what 100x leverage says, I think the announcement should be around 10 p.m. Central European time, or between 10 and 11 p.m. So when going live at 9, I think we can have some fun times. And then have a look at what price does. It will probably be more of a chill stream compared to fully focused on Elliott Waves, but a combination of both, but maybe a bit less. The whole start is Elliott Waves. And then, yeah, because I just uploaded the 7 p.m. video, if you know what I mean. So, yeah, interesting. Okay, thanks for being here. Thanks for, like what I always say, thanks for subscribing. Yeah, maybe see you later tonight. Once again, I will be live for sure, because I just want to see if anything happens and I can enjoy the show with you. It might be fireworks at the beginning of the year again. So, yeah. Cheers. Catch you later. Bye-bye.